agric free ababe chere e program yi ase passion fruit juice, chocolate cream, rock bands, emulsion paint, liquid soap making, washing powder, pizza making, ni nyina nyame ya adoma enyuma weinom ye be chere ni nyina practical e National Theatre of Ghana next week Saturday. Yesterday sign edia tudwe bio se a network for societal transformation who asem na utie na ye na bosumi bia ye deda krisi ho e chere nsano nyuma simple e National Theatre no di ntia ye chere enyuma bebre ni se enyuma enjebre e simple practical nipa bia betimi ayebi ama no ye ntia ne pese ye chere nyuma bebre onipa kudu fia out of enyuma bebre no obetimi de nsa esibi so aye amana yi enti na ye chere enyuma bebre minim so bi bisa se na program kesi ehun share te sen ehun sikasem te sen next adwe tie network for societal transformation ye jumedi achini se ebeye mfaso ebeye shira ede amenipa ebia na oye single parent eya brebi na program yi ebe dani abrabo nipa adwe tie program yi achinyina ne se ebeye mfaso amenipa registration fee no se de bia tie ni bia nsesai ticket price no edaswa eye 200 Ghana cedis. That's why 200 Ghana cedis. But menye mobile money bia program no baso next week Saturday. Shasie ne saving kakra. Eradi adoma next week Saturday, that is 13th September. Oba program yi ase e National Theatre. Na odo registration fee a 200 cedis noba. Abetua e jumedi no ase hwa menye mobile money bia. Program no ye be start ya no pa 8 o'clock. Anopa 8 na jumedi kasi ashase e National Theatre ho nya yira kwan kura me pa cho sign for number ni bi obomodi atwere number ehu be hia opa what next thing can so many years e bi ate ehu asem 10 years 15 years 12 years 7 years ebrenti unye bi ma bi da this coming program media fa hushim na ebeye mwa pa obesuesua na wamfa nya juma kura this year e wo trim the next 5 years the next 10 years eso betimi aba mfaso daachi ene no ye nya de baako bomodi atwere number me de to number no 0244 47 40 93 bomodi atwere bi 0244 47 40 93 Bobody atro number no ehu be hia bibi kiro so onti bibi ase obetumi afre 0244 47 40 93 ipacho bobody atro 0244 47 40 93 yeba mani say registration fee 200 cedis but menye mobile money Nyame Adoma next week Saturday, that is 13th September. Oba National Theatre workshop yi asia na the registration fee no aba abetua ojumedi no asehwa National Theatre demo hwa ena jumedi kasi ebekoso ho na bosumi bia yesiemu a eya na ekirekire ensa no nyuma na yewia ensa ye enyuma bebrebe nyina ho registration fee ena 200 yewia ensa ye yasheda ye books anase handouts a procedures kwani efaso eye nyuma we nyina ewum handout no yenton ye free sabi obi ni makin kan pu no oba program yase no kodu fia o de book no mane ma obetimi aboa no number 1 for we gu emu number 2 for we kan we hu number 3 you see number 4 you see very simple straightforward obi ama program e bi input no nya book no a enema ye be kire ni nyina sade ya no step by step approach e o book ni no obetimi ahweso ayesa enyime nyina ebetimi ayemwa kese amebusua ene online book no yenton e free e registration fee ticketa oba obeton 200 eshim yenton book no e free eka ho ye wie so a ye participation certificate ye be chamu bia ojumedie no ase on that same day, that is next week Saturday, the chamu bia free of charge and also a registration fee 200 cedis na oba odeba no eho yo pacho opejumache na biribinti unye binye ya eya bra workshop ibi ebi so na oba evie school sabi onye adwuma bi anya ya manemra bi na beye moa pa onana bi onye bi wadamfo bi obusuani bi ohia mu a ɛyɛ amanomra workshop bi na ebetimi ayemfaso kese ɛde amabusua ɛne ɔman yewie nso a Ansah yɛbɛkyerɛkyerɛ baabi a wɔne a ɛba program yi ebenya chemicals raw materials ahodoɔ a yɛde kyerɛkyerɛ nyima nyina obenya bi atɔ yɛbɛkyerɛkyerɛ ne nyina bebre it is in abundance ɛwɔ Accra ha bebre yɛbɛkyerɛkyerɛ bi a wɔne a ɛba program benya ne nyina bi atɔ very common ɛwɔ market yɛbɛkyerɛkyerɛ yewie so Ansah containers ahodoɔ gallons ahodoɔ ekwane fa so register ejima aban mu yɛbɛkyerɛkyerɛ ne nyina ɛwɔ workshop yi asia obi biara wɔde no ho bɛhyɛ program yi mu no ebetumi ɛde adanseɛ ɛne ɛmoa abrɛwon yewie so a ɛnɛma yɛbɛkyerɛ ne nyina yɛhu videos yɛayɛ ne nyina ho videos a yɛatwe ato pen drive so a obi ba program yi ase na ɔpɛ video na ɛwɔ pen drive ne so bia obetumi ato bi opa obetumi ato bi okofia na ɔde ahyɛ.
Brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. Example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change.
Yeah, Biano, Tamuchuku. na yebra me adwuma yɛfa na ase ma nana otu dako waso mo ebepem weekend na wiye. And once again memfa enase enkoma mo boaye edi birthday na ma me nyina yeda mo ase. Thursday no ko empaibo kakra. Nti mo sende good wishes. Ani domo a mo frey ebusa mase nyina mete ma me fana se ma CMG management ene me colleagues adwumayefo nyina na otu dako me da se bebre menua wa na be me sa nana nyame nhyira ene team ni nyina nyame nhyira obi bia na emum aka memo no cause emo 30 packs de anya de akwa me kwache beche ni nyina da enya adwuma hye dabo da bi odi bi befa bia no odi befa waye no professor odi na chika dan na wayera se kwa me wa ben papa se de wasi ehu adwuma no mu no enya asem kuma akra mamenda CEO Free Zones Authority CEO Dr. Mary ewusi mame enda Dr. Ase doc me da ase mete wonka enano na mame fana ase ma pokes mame pokuya East Legon mame pokuya me da ase nenso my boni fa cheme. My very good brother Listo Nana Kusi Poku Nana medase minim se obuafu enso obufu a edayem akwaro se ose de akoda ejale na gu ona so yentwa ye pepa ose metwa no matra hwiche mu obetwa de na twene no watra hwiche mu fachame bebre na mpese me be public apology ede ema we me ye kan okokwa mu a na apoku enyeyi listo ye kan wo ye kokwa mu a enyeyi jesi ye kan obedwam so fachame edom ene mpempem miami nua Sami Jemfi CEO for Good Board Sami medase ma me fana se enso ma me counsel lawyer Eduji Tamaklo counsel mienu de minim na debi na ye betena form ne adi nkomo medase pa de oyema me bia no mani so medase inshira enka edom ya omukọ omunkotodwa nim ebom paye ema ebi eka me nyame inshira mo. Sometimes it's not about gifts there be enya jikodi nko a sometimes the prayer support eya enkrofo de be ma no eya na ehia papa ya na ehia kojo menya bufu biara my friend has said my journey on your Facebook page Hassan Watala from Achim Odanzongo Sama Aminu Dankofa. Oh Sama na say danama jakoko your friends unia TV the other day after now the ubusa anyway so my dad say all right so my menda Gaga ase Gaga Lady Gaga ni full name ni Hannah Paxson ba ko ka ho Ose ohene wa Hannah Paxson ohene wa Boahin Gaga Nancy na me hwe the news no was sad near me gu apampa ntre so Why you put this? Win my the crow. I was no. Ya hwe ni totwire bi. Na me Gaga news na Gaga de ne me agu apampan train so saa. Wa hyehyɛ de kama nam se das ramete enye nie. Nam se Gaga fagusu mianko ne edwada mampo ku adadwa enko ton moto ambeto amonto mo anto ayede be firi mu yede firi mu no mo anye ayede ade be kofie idobisu. All right, Nicodemus Senor Agbano is here. Thank you, Ali Duganiu. Thank you, George Atia. Ansah join here on your Facebook. Atia Yadase Kofi Francis. Share from Nigeria, Lagos. Also Yada Kofi Francis Ase. Bebre. But then I think me switch kakra into social media for no be any piano. We are good to go. But then let me remind you, Monday afternoon we do it hot
to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. Example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. Example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency.
Yasai any more share. Baby bia will be ano. And there may be a phone lines now. Yeah, maybe. But then let me say this. One, and I know me tie tape be. Na ya to aba wi a ya be said that I am adwuma. Me to aba wi a JB says good afternoon commander, watching you live from Jata Cement Factory, long time bro. All right, so Musa Abatwa says the NDC is not the MPP, where thugs were recruited to brutalize and kill innocent people just because of an election. The empty threats by some MPP executives are nothing but useless talk. It is only a strategy to reject the outcome of the by-election. And so this one is coming from Musa Yusuf Musa Abatwa. Danase. Dixon Dagadu. Okay, so I think I've mentioned him earlier. And so me pese me ne Ghana for a year adwuma we. And Ghana for ntie me yi. Some of us, we gave our support to the NDC on principles, on the basis of performance. I don't like supporting blindly. Ade a mempe wo wiase kra no. Say me support ade a minim ade kra me intimi me ntwa loto. Bet any sa niema no menye bi. The reason why I mention say I don't like somebody sitting somewhere determining say my a single 24 25 who say no be na ti ba bi na ono se medio mini na obi na mempe sa ade no ade bia me ye bia me pese me hu na mete de me ye na se yi. So the issue is not about just supporting NDC. In fact, the issue has to do with the principles guiding the philosophy, the ideology of the NDC. Probity, accountability. Probity and accountability. But then America no, if you election no, will come and do that. And I know Meteseminia Yasiminia Captain Smart say apart from the dollar NDC yes. And you see the good thing about the NDC is that they welcome all manner of opinions. Ya no ni adia de na nika. They welcome all manner of opinions. On chire wadwene enya problem bia in NDC. In MPP you can't do that. you can't, you dare not. Right? So let's do this. And I'm making a elections now. You bring a very healthy conversation. When you pick sector by sector, a Juma NDC ayen wo krumha. Because just imagine, say NDC decided say the MPP 4-year campaign say oh Ghana de bibia anko from da. Ghana bibia anko from da. During election no sana MPP for catch the Ghana for so Ghana bibia anko from da. Today, for the first time in Ghana history, and there will be the MPP ni be the two Facebook. Hey, dollar no na do 11 no. Now say now say 11. There's so a better chance 17 and 19. MPP ni a abani trim say 19 Ghana cedis to $1. A better a chain 11 cedis. Yeah. Last time na me can say we. Me now for MPP for be bu of say me did you matem. Say what bro 1,002, 1,003. Ewa wa pencil. It be cry 15 million. Oko kintampa. Ene o to bro boto 600, 700. That's all say. Still 1,005 a better change 600, 700. I find it very difficult to appreciate your IQ level. I find it very difficult. And one year no one can see many because I me check your sound no say nipa no so phone dia. What do you say? So at least now, as we speak now, you bet me I check it between how much nana ye to fuel per liter just last year. Na say so when you tell me say apart from dollar bibia nkoso, I find it weird to appreciate your reasoning. I find it weird. Unless a bia obunefu, fine. So obunefu dia, I don't have any problem. But if we need to be real. So I catch them and say, apart from dollar, nothing. The fuel. Are you not saving some monies after buying 1 gallon of fuel? You are saving more than 12, 16 cedis. And I'm a boy. You ask me, and so what again? Just imagine 23% inflation. And NDC decided say, yeah, mfa ho enkoranim. Sam renkian number 45. So NDC decided say omo nyahwe ya. Enka dollar from 19 cedis no. Enka say enka ya fan say enka 20 cedis kran ka no hye. Fuel na ya to fuel. Na yato fuel say 16 cedis per liter. And if I'm buying fuel 12 cedis per liter today, I am better off. How can you convince me? Say we be so iron rods as at last year near to iron rods 92,000 to almost 10,000, 9,000 to almost 10,000. Maybe iron rods. Today, iron rods, 6,900, 7, 7,000. Oh, I am pegging on 7,000. Asante Mampong. Just last week, I bought some 6,700. So how can you convince me? No, how can you convince me? Say there is nothing happening apart from dollar. How can you convince me? The inflation figures are there, the dollar or fuel or sanema we nyina enya good impact on enyema yekotoso. Go to other places. They have reduced the prices of their fridges, gas cooker, washing machine. I mean, and they tell you why. And why no more catch and they say because of the dollar. It's so simple. You don't need to worry your head over this. Go to the health sector. As we speak now, let me read this to you. 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 Mame bo adewe suncho. That is Kwame ka me mo network idi gbani mu asiwo awrade nyankopon Jesus Christ. Ka me se me yi adewe ye de mawo. Health ministry. Kwame. Wait. Go to the health ministry. Now, Oko health ministry. Say, omo eko nursing training. Omo here say, afe na oko bank. Akwa tia forms akoto no. I can't do maybe is so easy and accessible to them. As we speak now, first year tertiary students omo enya admission eco school obi enu a otua school fees. You are telling me nothing is going on. I struggle to appreciate. Yes, we can raise issues. You are telling me nothing is going on. Omo a school for tertiary students omo receive you omo esika nyina ya omo bo se okroma yatia. We saw it, and you are telling me nothing is going on. I work with some Chinese mall at Accra100. We have reduced our items like China dolls and other things. Ebenezer Afo. Yes. But I understand them. Sometimes ayana MPP for ye they not also. So if MPP, when you are dealing with them, nasa what you mean dia sway easily for you to feel like how they are feeling. No. Kwame extra my go to a friend and say and aba go education ministry, go and check Haruna Idrisu. Any honorable Akandoni, any idea it started today. Tuition fees of first year nursing and midwifery students slashed by 50%. Continuing students' fees reduced. You are telling me nothing is going on. Today. Obi abet me afre honorable Akando and ask him. Today. Tuition fees of first year nursing and midwifery. Yeah, say MPP ombe bohu eja data. MPP be bohu ja data. Na almost said that to nidin. Ebi akra ombe bia frɛ no a nurse fo ajanka kuno. Sa nurse fo emwa kuo bibi. Yes, MPP. MPP will not come out with this policy for a nursing and midwifery students. And yadia MPP for the policy we be back a health sector. Wa bra omo emoja. But you know NDC and the way they do their things. Sometimes men on kaya me person mo kono yo ye we ni bi. But yes, they have their traditions and culture. And that's how they do their things. And this year is Ahwinepa and Kasa. They know they talk. But the politics, you know, so yet they be a mekan wasem etre womo. So dear we are more than yet mo. And you are telling me nothing is going on. Man, that was a commander, don't mind them. I'm watching you live from Paga border at Crater Track Tire. Now at 3,000 Ghana cedis in 2024. Now you can buy it 2,400. Abbas Seju. And you are telling me nothing is happening. Well, if you are angry, yes, we can all sit down because Charlie, you know, so the before the it is a sad, then we can so before now about there fine, we can sit down and talk about it. But it's a year before the say we are betting me I can't just say nothing is going on. Oh, come on. Within 8, the MPP themselves appreciate that. Look, Juma John Mahama ne that say 50 or 60 ministers that I know. Go to Kumasi. Go and check what Amakoyine is doing in Ashanti region. Within 8 months. check Haruna Idrisu, a ministry. And you are telling me nothing is going on. Kwakwa say kawawa se kwabra hon yante onte da. So I said before na bad there, and yes, because so if it be so there, Charlie, for that one, me and my brother we agree, and my sister and Nana Jack we agree. But if you know be so there, again. All right, so Sadia Mekano, yes, when you tell me nothing is going on, I find it very difficult to appreciate it. Because yes, pick ministry by ministry. And then I am saying, I think I heard it today. So I'm say common fund for various district assemblies, they should use it to build schools and hospitals, right? Some time back, all these monies were kept at the presidency. So when you tell me nothing is happening, I mentiase. Go to MP, the reforms there. They are making changes. And they are making changes. Go to other sectors. Call NHIA. Kwabena Accra100, right? 60 motorcycles have been provided to the Western North Health Directorate to enhance healthcare delivery and strengthen service accessibility across the region. How can you convince me that nothing is happening? Convince me say Christopher, therefore, so what is happening to the Ora? Ora no there. So I can say Ora no na issue one. I will agree. So we need to pick the things. You don't need to lump it. We need to pick it. When you're picking your man one by one, then we can have a very healthy conversation. You understand? So when you talk about oral, yes, I share the same sentiments. I share the same. Last week, Minya Aye Wahasi. By this time now, MPP in 2017, this time MPP near prosecutions. No, be here now, prosecutions. It tells you that NDC and Yahweh, they just lied against them. So if you are telling me that most no, you didn't try to go almost a catch them and then we move on. But if indeed, and Yema and second opposition, you know, and 6 months down the line we are here, Kwame, then there's a problem. Then there's a problem. But that is not my point. I will come there. You can't tell me, go to Dr. Hannah Bisiu, go to Free Zones Board, Dr. Mary Awusi's office. The kind of reforms. Go there. Agric Ministry. And Nkukwankitenkiti project. You're a media house. Talk to the minister. NSS, hey, National Service Crowd, massa. You may cost one, and you better. Say, your friend say, broiler, broiler, and cocono. Okwa Bontia, 200, 230. Broiler from your friend say, NSS farms. And people who are yanti, Naminim Graya say, a National Service Secretariat or more farms. Today, don't go for saying in a boss. And I said, go and check. You can buy broiler as cheap as 100 Ghana cedis. Go to Tema Port. go to Temaport. NIA. Yaira Koku. Go there. The one must see ja NIA Emma Yaira Koku. Now go share Juma. Sa young man aye ewo NIA. The sacrifices he's making. Look at Basintele. Why? Expanding the scope. Meeting with interested groups. Now saying fire service. Omni nipa say na koye. Now say fire service. Then other so 5,000, right? Wow. Amabua. What are you your friends say water guardsy? Water guardsy. Where your NSS?
Yes, NSS.
Farms.
Yeah, Kumawu.
Where Kumawu? Omo Dabro.
1,500
1,500
acres.
acres of maize farm. And Omoye. And you're telling me nothing is going on. I find it very difficult. I find it, this is national. Look, until recently, Ghana for Ukraine News has said national service for one sase across the country and the operations director, that is Donko Fuseni, he's moving like a lion. Donko is moving like a lion. Concern reforms are to be Kwachinumaye or Ghana gas. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. You don't know, I say, I could be a friend of Lamte or Ghana gas one way, Ghana or then Semnam. But on another 70 days, so later, we will face him at the right time. That guy will come and face him at the right time, so no worries. But, come on, please, Charlie. Yendi no kra mai ho kakra o. Yendi no kra mai ho kakra. Eno kra wo ka no kra bibia anya wo. Yendi no kra mai ho kakra. The crow from market 8 years. Obi about power 8 months. The crow from market is almost ready. Oka se we chire Kumasi ni se bibia ankoso a. Ebe de no atwase. The only difference is that MPP, even when omuye tour, they make noise. MPP are noisy neighbors, noisy opposition party. So if you don't take care, noise remember what feeling like BBI basa. If you don't take your time and sit back and do your analysis well, everyone feeling say BBI basa. Yeah, that is MPP for you. Me, if indeed 8 months na BBI ankoswa. Come on. Now, Sabita Frache, ye wini abey, ye wini abey. JM president. Me, I've known JM from 2008. Me ba sempa FM foforo. Enti me nya wo e woni fie. But o wini abey obedi president me hu no krada. Tie nyina obi ana mo bone bra. Eni say NDC go wrong at me Bobie say my some microphone me ntimi nka. 70 nka say dey na over am dey na be me. Ntimi nya me hwe because me ano baby a wono me ma ho no aba be yem bibi me sra na ama me a fa. Omuye me kwasra dwuma baby na ama me a me nsi obio. So we dey nya force so no nya opposition me ntimi ni di watem me ntimi no nko me ntimi nya hwe. When you are there, you understand? So, I beg. Issue I beba so. Another issue I be person me tifri or quick. Na me koye juma. The issue with maybe komo ka security issues are. and I will appreciate it. And let me say this to the NDC. To be honest, streets no munye. Yan can't no crunch NDC. Streets no mu enye. Because Kwame, I every last week Friday, I couldn't believe myself like yes, celebrating Omo 3 separate gathering in the 10 out of gunfire. So when you give me CD appreciation, you give me all the economic indicators, and I don't feel safe. That is where I may side with Captain Smart and my sister Amejako that maybe Bibia Nkoso. Yes, on that note, I cannot go and buy tokenified. So much. I cannot go and buy your friend is say a bro bottle. Yes, in a boyful. Kwame Makoto a bro bottle 600 Ghana. Now me bedroom fee and be album to a kumia and Vaso. And I don't know why the NDC is struggling with security issues. I am shocked. For me, Sankaminam Tuman Penifua. When the president was outside and Gonja issue no see right? The 2 communities, Solar and almost about 30 people died. A big Ghana. Yeah, as if we are not with leadership in the country, as if we don't have leadership. As a normal, I don't see myself looking at 30 Ghanaian citizens dying out of clashes, and it's normal. It's not normal to me. Please, for heaven's sake, come on. Somebody should advise the president. It's not normal. Don't tell me. And go fat your behind my match. It does aim fat. You understand? Yeah, papa be drufi. Nenimwa gasa wo capital. The seat where the seat of the government is. Yes, celebrating homo. And unim dia yama humete. Accra enipa 10 no. Enya one day o. Baako si yam say Thursday was a Friday. Tashi yam say Thursday was a Friday. No mo se atrase am afofra si yesi se so tuo mo say. Enya ni so tuo. No mo se atra wa de chi then I'm like look, me I'm not interested with this token who are you know no nyamehwe. People are dying. People are just dying. You can show me where you talk on Ntimi Nkobose. Nkobose nkwa talk on where you know. Talk on me salary min dibi. The insecurity is becoming too, and nobody is saying anything. Obi enkahwe as if say as normal. It happened one MPP time. You say incompetence. You want to tell me today that it's normal because I am a mad person? Tini Matthias say NDC there normal. Ain't normal. Please, you have the people there. Consult them. Larry Bevrolato was a consultant for a Kandapa. Why? Who consulted an idea? Can't we put our differences away and do the right thing? Consult them. Look, and you see, there be a metra demo. Question me busa me won say that ben na one share me victim. Me oba boy. Oba yes na say I want my son to move around freely in a society. Eya opia me yamon hihye me. Tasi die two anu omwom no e stray bullet o. a straight bullet or be or corner baby and a cano. So assuming me will fear near frame before back or free street mu at the young crow 4 groups to aircon na almost senji guns and a bia cano. What is it? Ebia wo minister no and answer India wo land crusade o ba betremu. Yeah. Now for me, you need any opportunity to protect our kids. Please, why? Yes, Remo. You are doing well, but unim dedeno. As I am when I overshadow na ama Captain Smart na na major say nothing is going on. Yes, and they are not wrong. They are not wrong, because give me the best of dollar, CD, whatever. Give me all the indicators. Give me even single digit. Give me whatever. Let me buy even maize rice like 400 per bag. Let me buy blah blah blah. Let me buy washing machine 50 CDs. Now it's a maybe drew fee no be abo me to me. I can't use the washing machine. What is it? First of all, and you see, I can't support bad things, even though I voted for NDC. I'm not brought up like that. It's not my style. Because whatever happens, one day you'll be affected. Into the Trabant, you want to defend it. One day, you'll be affected. That is why you come to appreciate. Yeti kroma sabita fracho obia ankai yaw. But enipa nwotwe a omkonya nkwanhia. Look at the pain e your mind yekumu. Oga asenti ye was situation ke de be save ya. Ki an save omo. We went through bad pain. Very bad one. Na said yes ankrofo no omo wo no ye ya no. The same as the 30 people at Bole Sola. The same as the 10 people in Accra here. The same. They are the same blood. The same mojano and a gufom. The same mojano. So we can't assume that we have some precious 8. Then we assume that we have some useless 40. And if they die, let them die. At least, maybe minam two man penifua. Because this is the time he needs to speak to the country. Speak to us. Talk to us. Yeja no, ye di fi eja o, ye di Accra100 beja o. Accra100 na ye di eja o say manager no. Things are going wrong, things are going bad. You are not talking to anybody. Why do we call somebody a manager? You manage bad times, good times. That is a manager. Tine tu broni onimyansa no use the word manage it, manager, manage it. So you manage the good ones and you manage the bad ones. It's so simple. Nyansa, unyansa be call Harvard or be Legon. Acquire masters. Nyansa. I wish the president after Akwatia will speak to us. Talk to us. Give us the assurance. Let us hear your voice that you are the father of the country. Now, Jaya Okoye no, the see any yampe. Obaya no so the see no yampe. Speak to the various parties. Speak to them. Sometimes, obviously behind the scene. No, Rollins will come out and speak. Sometimes as a father you need to speak to the people. Speak. Kasa. Kwame, yet to a maimu. Say obi a to Land Cruiser. No the security lights abobo hon. Obi a to Land Cruiser. No the security lighter. Me dwene ho a me say Mwani abrea nam se MTT for no mtwi moto no kurampo de se enenu ano me mpese me keka nkwasi asem obi ato the Land Cruiser dey light ahye animu no ebo siren no bonyo enwe no MTTU motor for no omna lead do fa e friend say traffic mu kwame adam te say say enkrofo kura timi to police motorbike on timi to motorbike sifi no ma branded say police bike edura nwumre no mo ko ba bia no mo ma obi ahye police atare na wabetu edu mo mwa yes say bike ne say apostle Kojo Safo obi I don't know how true it is but I've heard it. Why should we allow these things to happen? For what? Aja abaya sesa police for no more barrier no you can't blame them because abaya sesa ojire ne ho wachira no ko jira Land Cruiser bia siren esisu na bia government in power nipa ne be yi na dia no oya ne dey say Ghana obi awi ni power do you know me and ano a ye yera omanebo amanu yi na mene Kion honorable Kion ye jina park na chi saa na barrier bi wo ho ti police ni ga bi na ehwe nti uduru anu wa bi ama no awuram na NDC mayo yi bi kwame wa boko seti den no wa chire teba yi den na ni yemi aye flat tumi se corset na mia na ankasa na we no ntosi ni no egusro wasra so na ne sisram no apai ni siriti abedru ha na timi se watwi ankasa na odru barrier ho no ogina ho hwe girl no so no obi ka asem chese girl no nwie no mebie no obi aso amafo san ho on se barricade no edu timi pagya na o de asiwo na akọ na ogina ho no ahenham na mo so me ne ke ogina on ye no na after of fragile no won't you come and open it share na me ne ke on ye no ti police ni ga no be bie na okwa se na onim Kion me de onim me no aka check Kion tell her who I am yeah okwa aze Kion so o ekumasi ni na aze kumasi fo mi nu ya no nye okwa na Kion ya he de o kire ya de o kire who be na ya de o kire ko se wanya DC bi o se si obi ti nche yo no hu de onye no and the police ni no barrier ho no ohun Land Cruiser ne siren na osoro but private guys Kwame, the kind of arms they are carrying in their Land Cruisers, you have no idea. Why? Where are there entire dinsi ebesiano? Amen. Fraud boys nyina was sirens wo mokam. Mi Bobie me nkwaji siren enye hwe mi ni obi a mi nkwadware no mi nkwadware otumfo mi nkwaji obi awo ba bi awo kono simuntem mi kwaji siren no to me kam na aban sisa no ma akoyi akote Jimmy life ben no live your normal life and be free in this abraba we are here we and I say ade bi aba obi nya ska kakra bia ya na mempese me mention names ye nyina yenim no ma kwa kofa boys be 4-5 no ma show mo mask hood no akata omo anim no ma jock up no mo de etuo side and they use side arms oh yes most of them are not registered because of sa niam an ntinu se kwa me say boys not to take ganga omo edim krofo achi no omo programs. I don't get it. I just make it one. I'm like anybody 70. Most of them almost side arms pump packs use di crofo and say abaya adwuma o ya jiminti no ye nim say they are forming armed gangs. We don't know. They are forming armed gangs. First, security registered security companies. And I will call baby now per security. Normal security for normal today, the boys are forming armed gangs with lanyards. And the boys now who almost say who do know. They are killing the people. Why should we stay in a country? Why we have some boys that they be who da kata womanim? And what Jimmy? The akos wo hate no. And what Jimmy too here? What Jimmy? Haiti. Omo gang leader do. Unim no a police ni o. No a police ni penny. And he was able to identify all the gangs. Oye bibi no mu yin the free police nim. And what can boys ni nyina boom. And what do mu dim kwasi asem. Bepem ne America for so mu dey say $50 million bounty opportunity so said dey. Ye hwe omo. Crofo say hood. Already, unim say drugs echo another level. Ye bedi homo. Enti dabio. Enti omunim say even before the homo no, there were small chieftaincy issues within the gang state. Do you know omunim? You can be proactive. And him. And that day no into almost 3 days no out of ye 14 or 15,000 or 17,000 police force no even say sacrifice even 1,000 policemen. Your police for pay attention there no no o take care of and he say abrofo organize events programs our Germany in America who the kind of security around security don't go temu obia the appearance the way the force best street this no and my young boy bia was who Jimmy onom tramo obia no or ye calm because adia ye face no ha no worse than abroche America some organize program na say security no mu jai say obi be dia kum nipa be 30 okuratuo na omo be say omo twanya na edru Ghana ye jimi nti Ansah ya shase organize national morning day ne ya twe flag ye say half mast ye jimi nti ye jimi ama ye hu sika ani bibia na ye refi say we have a country to govern. Sule, these are ethnic and chieftaincy conflicts. Are you going to deploy police and military 24/7 in all conflict zones? I don't believe that you want to suggest that the security forces are influencing these shootings. Yes, the president should address us. Fatun Chen, but the Oba na mepe. So you say ethnic and chieftaincy and Accra100 purely with chieftaincy. The question you must ask yourself is say until the homo no obi awro obi fie na kwakon. We your common sense nyansa. Baby asemo. Enya ka chem say yangu police service no. Ni entre enane jungle, go man we nane jungle. Wa betimi wo yonko no atimi no. I think yebesre. But once again our appeal to the president to speak to us, speak to the country, talk to us. Yeah, was street more. So we see how people are worried. Maybe your ministers, they don't go to the street from office. They go into their air conditions and just sit there. So they don't know what the people are saying. Yeah, was street more. The citizens are worried. They know the government is doing well, but insecurity. Sweep the system, flash the system, bring your experienced hands on board, bring people on board. Mobia nye biwate. Mobia mwa. The baby adrune edding. Mobia mwa. You can't single out. I have seen people talking about Muntaka. The issue is not a personal issue. So what do you say Muntaka? I'll have a problem. A systemic failure. The issue is not about Muntaka. The issue is not about Razak. You can change Muntaka, you can change Razak, and still Ubenya a problem. No. Why? Do you think Muntaka the open is no? Is that what you think? Do you think that the Razak the open is no? A systemic failure. Bring all hands on board, on deck. Let's sit down. Let's talk. Seek experience, seek advice, seek other opinions. That's all. Let's implement it. Seek advice. Bring your best hands on board. Masa momi entrance. Say ya ne day. Mu yam peninfo mo ye bida. How do we do it? Because the issue is not about okay, me say just be akofatu to be an answer larias aba. Then you are telling me that after their demise into my way nkoso. No, but yes, we need their experience. We should bring them on board in whatever way I can tell. Bring them on board. Seek their advice. Seek their wise counseling. Yemfa we infa, yemfa we insha, yenyi we infria. Yes. And you be and say yeah political we do things based on the powers that is in our hands. No. Mariam, asem we maka obi di 8 years ejai etu kwa me uka si etu aban me catch and this say etu ni niema MPP fo be jan ho e was system we mu no. The first thing because look MPP enu omo tim so omo pese jomama succeed da because the omo je economy no 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 omo say economy no be gu na nimu ase enu abon po enu omo atwe aba street ni mu enu omo pushi boys na tu ogu system ni mu me wo say MPP ni bi abetre say or say John Mahama in opposition can be MC BBC I think a Accra100 area baby na in this for na say I see what John Mahama ne chie no almost say wale a man pusini kusas for issues no na John Mahama bo a year kutia baomia na say ono so asi won ni krom no so they will do everything to make sure some begu animu ase. So they on guard. They on guard. Simple. We anything. Omudu wafa economic line. What me arresati economy no. Omudu wafa omasa education. What me arresati education system no. Health sector. Omu kwaso akando problems. Na akando fine tuning. Na autotoniema. And you said you be jaya a gum. Flash the system. You know them. You know the boys. Accra100 your friend is saying Buga so MPP third vice chairman says our boy now call Hunto programs no. Could you believe say NDC win here any 3 weeks? That boy we at one of the stations say or catch MPP ni bia wo to say onyimra. MPP boys in fair to na woman channel infra bonting. I said we makasa se mi bobie pa dia. We buga. But say dia memwo ya yonko fa sa na tie. Because this guy should have been picked. Meso obekire MPP for boys chrono. Obekire. You obekire. Onjre. wobeto widim nengaso ye buga ka ben drufie no na wobedrufie obekire ba bia boys kro no no mo mfa tuo nimra no then we will take you there and go and pick those guns. Okay, no, be asleep. Hey, my brother. So my brother for no. He's my brother. He's my brother. My brother from my brother. My brother. My brother. My brother. My brother. Hey, Obi can't say when now my brother. Really? Na mo jai we nyina na mo ani abre Obi Lamborghini. The whole security apparatus na ni abre Lamborghini enya odia enya Ghana ni bi adia enya obi adia ena taxes ena de Lamborghini taxes we ya na be tema moto we na chatawale we ya ono no ahoma ate no ono na mo ani abre no so gidi ya were pressing issues power adas abuga me ni video ni bia. Then I say to myself like, hey, so this guy is still walking around freely, and it's true. All my boys know arms. Yeah, we can only make noise, we can only talk. Sometimes, kasano, a bit me is so irritating, so nauseating. You don't want to listen to the voice. I agreed. Those who are the top who feel like, oh, and this call opposition crowd media, I can negotiate with people. Keep on negotiating. One day will be a very bad time for you. I'll leave it here. But Makama Semeni, huge massacre, send me now.
I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness. They want opportunity. They want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you.
Oh, Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono sacked and said let me leave it for him. No, the full details. Sami Akwaba. So the news is all over. Tokonu is gone, and there's the communique from the presidency. 1st September 2025. I may go through Kakre, be quick. All right. Okay, so it's here. Okay. So Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokonu. President Mahama removes Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokonu from office. Full details. President John Dramani Mahama has, in accordance with Article 146, 1469 of the 1992 Constitution, removed the Chief Justice, Her Ladyship Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokonu, from office with immediate effect. This follows receipt of the report of the committee constituted under Article 1465 to inquire into a petition submitted by a Ghanaian citizen, Mr. Daniel Ofori. After considering the petition and the evidence, the committee found that the grounds of stated misbehavior under Article 1461 had been established and recommended her removal from office. Under Article 1469, the president is required to act in accordance with the committee's recommendations, signed by Honorable Felix Kwachi Ofosu, MP, and Minister of Communications at the presidency. Pacho, mame, share we know they also will be
no kind.
Oh no, okay. Let me see the constitutional instrument.
Okay. Maybe
Article 1469. But still no problem. Maybe they'll bet me a breaking your down so that so it me akwa baby
Major Sonana.
Good. So Araba Tokunu.
Answer the Araba Tokunu no see she last week nene her birthday. And
you trust mama me
mapacho abrawe pa
mapacho
ze me man sun timi ko kumasi a me nam chebi na ko fe ba so nam chebi na ba dale kakra
we so you be correct
hello person trust that for aka kiss ma I if you person go washima
there we everybody ache
anyway because Tony they are going to chinga na mami chat for na afefo so I say nanebo nananya babidu na penisi so trebe wo na agye ntem
sure
oyo ba so na se wo ba oyo ba na se bi utwetwe ukunu bibi na ekesia wa na abeje edawachi enti wo ye ntama na okowanim asemu ye sha senkenye na ke wira dadadada ba na Araba Tokonu free say obetimi a frustrate a delay process no by unnecessary court suit any hon krodoba. They say President Mahama wi o ECOWAS enti entwen de na ECOWAS ni EU force de beba. Ni tintini tie wa nyina ne say statement already ye no amamra no kire say obi eye article 146 omo to say Chief Justice ni mpenyufo do ba mukuta say the bridge na so bo appointment ebo create appointment no so bi ye niamo ho sem na we brumra so a ye isi abadwa na ye hwehwemu na article 146 no na article 149 na kire say committee na president be set up no omo koye omo investigation etna se probi a give fair hearing Emma the accused any the respondent obia ba be kan nsem bo nkru no mu wie no mu se kwadu na ya bona dance bu edi adanse se ampa bone ne yesi asimesi na obenti aye no waya o mampeni gina article 146 clause 9 eno so no mampeni be gina edi ayi no the first one the mampeni gina so article 146 no ene kire se petition bi sa ba obe the member committee we obes establish this committee no ma yomu nhwemu se committee no report no recommendation back confirm say ampa allegations na level against ni panel no kra obegina article 146 clause 9 now there you know ento mampeni de yi arabotokunu na me enya me nwanwa de enya me nwanwa ne say o mampeni John Dramani Mahama Penso ena former Commission on Human Rights no can you say NCC no Shraj Commission on Human Rights and Justice mami no yes mami ono ne penso eno samsanya ni mu nyina na ka ho omo de petition call no a lawyer say odi aban sika 100,000 so 150,000 odi akwa renovate on one personal home the fee Ansah say wo yesa President Mahama set up committee ni bae no wo yi nadi because ana mra tie because dia bai committee ni report na ba kire say omo atimi anya o kire say wutie committee no omo presentation na omo say file document nko omo file about 10,000 pieces of a document omo anya botra go no nyina arabotoku no the 4 lawyers and be defending no the accused the respondent and the complainant ofori one also the 4 lawyers araba tokunu efre witnesses 12 ofori so free witnesses 12 so for all this month oma go through no mo aba now more recommendation committee na recommend say eyampa kwadu ne de abo araba tokunu say why misbehavior wa na subampadi subampadi na wana ne se odo manga na sika agromedamase de ense se odo manga na sika ye ode aye ode ga na sika ebi ne tratekit di mani kunu edi tu kwan ode ga na sika ewo se ode efa ne ne personal official guard na ode tu kwan no o se ne guard ne ntena fie wono tena play mu enye yi ana ode ma ne ba afe kura de ne ba no kura no play no baby seat also okotena so said this kakase to so me upgrade no add ne ko first class ni nyina ya o manga na sika Ansah se nko yesa de no wabedia ye bo no kwadu no wabeyi ano amoma bobo na no cross examination ni nyina mu no committee no report no o recommendation na come president say the araba tokonu aye no on same fata so okoso ye chief justice
and some of the issues she considered.
Yes, she considered on one casani statement or the babonting or consider say yes it's true say or use official trip at the private trip at the expense of a taxpayer money on one casaji tumu and the committee recommendation of the abano se committee na recommend na President Mahama ka say yes committee no atna say nhwemu e de dance abache say ampa alaba tukunu kwadu de abonu bisabon araba o we be kan araba nyen ka alaba tukunu alaba tukunu
alaba
ya alaba stamp from Central Region alaba tukunu
araba
dabi
ono araba stamp ono alaba
tukunu. Can I continue? Yes. Report now recommendation that ben na say kwadu ne de board no maame no wo differ enti President Mahama constitution no asa akire say bas wo differ a gina mamra we su ne fa yinadi enti say President Mahama kra board no musuo say ebi a oparaba tukunu asem when best friend one ne ko na krana eni to ni share program ase na o man side eye eno ho nkro ne ba enti on de on ko so antan on mo ko President Mahama ne be impeach no because constitution wa be kire say president a fail because the ma ye nyina a constitutional requirement so if the president fails to apply by the constitution and the laws are the same constitution ni kire asotwe former president the President Mahama do why na from the pepe nemom me chance umbetimi ame nya at least copies of the findings because says sika no araba tokunu edi bi ma ni kunu etwa ticket edi twa ticket di ma ne ma a chese ono no ka se ye procurement no ama ne ma atimi akobie company no mo di aba ni nyina no eyo manga na sika we need to recover all those monies sika bia araba tokunu expend ye as a chief justice edi ono ankasa ni family yie am family akwanso no na says can wo se agi esa de Ghana na de betu foto mo de maye enti I'm hoping say omo be make a public na Ghana fo nyina atimi ehu especially when they were doing the cross examination omo timi am ehu ne ehu say ampa araba tokonu sika na wadi no o man Ghana ye de ache no anase wo se agi because omo ka say first sika na che no anana some of us yente ase we need to recover Oko Public Account Committee sittings and crofo di 5,000 12,000 1,002 yes o mu first sika namra nti araba tokonu edi o man Ghana sika agro medamase e de hwe na busiafo a you de agya kwa enya akwa de kokromote kwa Yesu a e de so tro ne gya kwan so we need to recover all those monies
so some mention a quick one with article 1461 maybe we can pick one and pick the okay, the subsequent ones.
Article 146 clause 9.
One. A justice of the superior court or a chairman of the regional tribunal shall not be removed from office except for stated misbehavior or incompetence or on ground of inability to perform the functions of his office arising from infirmity of body or mind.
Say judge for a more court higher court can say higher court and nasa regional tribunal they say any regional tribunal san crofo no ntimi nyi omo emfiri wa ntimi nyi omo de gise omo aye sa nia mai wa kire se de di nkan wabon wonim na djuma anase owo apomudin ha bi a entimi ma nya na djuma.
All right, so let's deal with the 9 because from point 2, 3, 4, 5, that's clause 2, clause 3, clause 4, clause 5 gives you the processor
and to the fire
so clause 2, a justice of the superior court of judicature or a chairman of the regional tribunal may only be removed in accordance with the procedure specified in this article. 3. If the president
was say a superior court justices or more court of appeal, high court, any supreme court, any regional tribunals, so you bet me a sancro for no, I quite bet me first way sancro for no, a shishene mra, a was our constitution.
So, clause 3, if the president receives a petition for the removal of a justice of a superior court other than the chief justice or for the removal of the chairman of a regional tribunal, he shall refer the petition to the chief justice, who shall determine whether there is a prima facie case. For where the chief justice decides that there is a prima facie case, he shall set up a committee consisting of 3 justices of the superior courts or chairman. So in this case, now as a president suspending the acting chief justice.
No, to say other justices. To say high court judges. Yes, and to women also are from tribunal and deco. And to say high courts and a supreme court to Fonibia. The president receive petition or the Bema chief justice.
Exactly. So 4, when the chief justice decides that there is a prima facie case, he shall set up a committee consisting of 3 justices of the superior courts or chairman of the regional tribunals or both appointed by the judicial council and 2 other persons who are not members of the council of state, nor members of the parliament, nor lawyers, and who shall be appointed by the chief justice on the advice of the council of state. So clause 5, the committee appointed under clause 4 of this article shall investigate the complaint and shall make its recommendations to the chief justice, who shall forward it to the president. Clause 6, where the petition is for the removal of the Chief Justice, the President shall, acting in consultation with the Council of State, appoint a committee consisting of 2 justices of the Supreme Court.
And Tihano, say your Chief Justice in what? President will not consult the CJ,
Exactly.
or consult the Council of State.
Yeah. A committee consisting of 2 justices of the Supreme Court, one of whom shall be appointed chairman by the president, and 3 other persons who are not members of the Council of State, nor members of Parliament, nor lawyers. So, you know, so they satisfied that clause 7. The committee appointed under clause 6 of this article shall inquire into the petition and recommend to the president whether the Chief Justice ought to be removed from office. All proceedings under this article shall be held in camera, and the justice or chairman against whom the petition is made is entitled to be heard in his defense by himself or by a lawyer or other aspect of this choice, of his choice. So 9, that's clause 9. The president shall in each case act in accordance with the recommendations of the committee.
Finito.
So you have 10 and 11. The 10 where petition has been referred to a committee under this article, the president may, A, in the case of the Chief Justice acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State by warrant signed by him, suspend the Chief Justice. B, in the case of any other justice of a superior court or of a chairman of a regional tribunal acting in accordance with the advice of the Judicial Council, suspend that justice or that chairman of a regional tribunal. And clause 11, which is the last one, the president may at any time revoke a suspension under this article.
But we didn't suspension, we dismiss
and
as I'm not thinking it's a way you say, Sequadu at the Mwafu Penny Chief Justice. Ubi Kobono Kwedu, and Obi could ye man penny su 3. And Obi could grant to all man penny, say, at the Mwafu Penny, why I ye and Yamon Sam when there's Ubampedi. Wabuga na mraswa omampeni saka sa eye dwantoano a omampeni ebetia Council of State for enaso na odiama omo na fe Council of State for no aso atenase ahwemu no mahwemu so okay sa kwadu ade bo no kra sansem ye wube hia se ebese ebre ne adaje ni ahwehwemu so mu ene friend prima facie no enti so mu Council of State for tenase ino mu bus friend pa no de kwa no babusebusa no mu se nsem o kan ensem o mu do se ehwemu a na fo maka cho mampeni se ensem ne hu be hia se bedon sukọ se koba ne se wi a emra ne so mampeni anyi aye nipa enum nipa num
but also what is the effect in all this after removing token? What
the effect a woman ni say a part of can say cleaning exercise Ghana ni bia expect say ebekọ so judiciary obekan ya Kandapa as a minister for national security for kokoye survey omo survey no mo de ba ne kire say Ghana yati sebi wa atentihuo tu ya to ne de kwakọ treasure ne nyina ne say Ghana fo ni gidie ewe atemu atena yenum amo no ankasa ka say eyo how kese pa one of the biggest security threat edman Ghana for se ye wo otemuafo peni ayo no na sede araba tokonu as a lawyer araba tokonu as a judge araba tokonu as a chief justice all the practices over the years one way or the other no will be atia Ghana mra ama wabu na tan ama bia nipa ne da afiase will be atia Ghana mra ama wagina Ghana mra so atwena so enti sa wo be ya temuafo penyi na se wutiecha sa amra no aso a bibia ne wasi wo kwasa wo de ma afa ho di ne ka sa wo de ya temuafo penyi nti no wafa ho adi in any case asemi baaye no wunya aloya fo mako enan the same judicial service no a wo araba tokonu wona na wo supervise wona na odo ano no wo de nsam na hodo court more than 3 or 4 times court no na what is so be perfect no mo transit tire onsem nyina mo nyina boni nyina tuguye ana bedwekwa na yo mo nhwemu abedwefo mo ye nhwemu so yesa ajaje for mako miensa wonu omo ana na ati Supreme Court bench ni so ene omo mo free outside mo say Ghana for ni nyina akire ni ama okwan say kwa bi ade aba oni be yi hu ano oba no o de lawyer for mako enan o free adanse for mako dumienu amomo nyina ba be di adanse nipa na obo akwa adu no so so won so de lawyer for enan wɔno so fra dansefoɔ mako du mienu na ɛte sɛ deɛ court yɛdi wasɛm no ɔnyɛ sɛ wobɛdi adanse na wokɔ yɛ ma wobɛgyina adaka no ni atoto ano sɛ woka sei woyɛ sei obi bi kyerɛ obi adwene a ne yɛbisa ne nyinaa so yɛ ne nyinaa ɔmo yɛ ne nyinaa bi ɔmo keka bɔ mu no deɛ ɛbɛda adi ne sɛ kwadu ne yɛde bɔ araba togo no sɛ wanna subampa adi wana subampa adi no ɛda di pefe so a Ghana mmara no a yɛde appoint araba tokunu no ama ɔbɛyɛ chief justice sɛ sɛ wana subampa adi a yɛnyina saa mmara no aso na ɔmampani ahwia wase akonya enti mmara ɛna ɛyɛ adwuma na yɛ me de sɛ araba tokunu na akasa no sometime ago ɔkan sɛ it doesn't matter how many noises are made, the law is the law. Say emfa huni dede a wobɛyɛ emra ne de yɛ mra emfa huni number of legal suit out de be challenge the petition any the committee na probe ɛyɛ wo case no emra ne yɛ mra emfa huni the number of lawyers adom be kwa mama kwa represent wo emra ne yɛ mra emfa huni number of witnesses abɛfrɛ so mumra media dance emfa ma the law is the law emfa huni number of months a will be delay the process. The law will still be the law. And far when they say after this, Obeko ECOWAS, Obeko AU, and that's Obeko European Union, Obeko UN, the law will still be the law. And the law is the law. And to our history, young Germany, we still have some more ways to read. Because the Electoral Commission, we need to clear electoral commission work right there. It's not supposed to be one electoral commission what there. I mean say all the 7 commissioners in now, all of them will see a video now. And you there was some other officials, be what regional directors, constituency, district directors. Most of them has to go because we need to build the confidence and trust in our electoral processes. Now for the kwakoto aba MPP be feel confident say even in opposition aba na yakwakoto no bi antimi wiem NDC in government we feel say even me kura na me wa ba mu no mintimi chinchim mra nani in favor anything myself. That is the process we want to build. Enti araba tokonu de baba na mo say me kanana we want to know say sika na araba tokonu edi bi twa plane ticket manu kunu edi bi twa ticket di ma ne ma ede gro madam ase no ye ja mana fa ne say diana because we need to recover all those monies to the back to the cafes because ye nya say sika no pa ya de hu hia enti ye nya ne sa ma ne nko wodi kokromoti akwa ye di a o say de sotro ja ne kwan wodi ja akwa so na ye nya okwa eni nti no omoma ye hu wonu ankasa wonu an response so troye MPP as a political party publish the man no waji to say ampa wono as a chief justice akwantu ane wo so to official no we so my Ghana resources at the private trip sika was sank e de man bodyguard na bambo for what the says kana man ba esa de bi kura sa so e de man ni nyina tia Ghana mra. We need to recover all those lost monies. Enti me nyane sa man for baby obekọ de ene na asem. So say the area him say President Mahama for some time now from now go we expect to say president ebe nominate a new chief justice. Ada say the host is here no obema no obe confirm no ana so obe nominate obi fufuro no is up to the president. Obe nominate obi fufuro na ko parliament so avete no so about so in adwuma. But the quest for Ghanaians to make sure say we sanitize our judicial system no should continue because na your judicial system no say antna say na baby akwa kodunde ntia langard nsem na doso no efa ye nyama suban da na di okọ
ye na mema me busa say so ujire say Tokonu in her absence the judiciary will be in the thing better. See the main cause of our judicial failures.
Ana hwade Ghana e judiciary ni nya problems enye ne. Na se wuti abakosem a even before Rawlings it was there. Even before Rawlings it was there. But Rawlings by and there was some sort of a discipline. Professor Mills by Professor Mills huye. Announce ko ya undercover. yehu de pie mu bae mahama yehu ye nkrofo afide ni yomu nyina edifri ho enti ye banana ye clean ye sanitize system no then MPP came Akufo-Addo bae no tell me one thing that Akufo-Addo government did tell say Akufo-Addo aban wo any agenda to sanitize the judicial system name of the Akufo-Addo here and say Akufo-Addo took advantage of the weak judicial system that we have and on the personal thing Akufo-Addo sat down and now appointed and Nkrofo even a contested on the ticket of MPP to the Supreme Court. Akufo-Addo quite me appointed over 11 justices to the Supreme Court. BC that Oko Court of Appeal wa appointed Manabroso and Akufo-Addo Supreme Court justice ni bi kura time on yansu yeso mo be call retirement no. Na Akufo-Addo appointed standby justice or mo twen so mo call retirement no do ma replace. Oko High Court wa finish ho. Oko Court of Appeal wa finish ho. Oko Supreme Court wa finish ho. Finish ho nyina anya say papa o. We recruiting non MPP people and Ghana for nkasa dia dance here. First time e to about presidential ye de court Supreme Court aye yini TV sumo obi ehun ye. Ye hu ajade for makumako enkono ana presiding judge Justice William Atuguba. Ghana for nkasa that's when many Ghanaians big chances or more the process no Ghana for we hu say na sa court no kwase na sitie ni fair ajade for nkono no say bibi kura motion obi be movie objection obi be movie mpo a na so mo be rule a obia de nchire mu de ntia objection should be sustained and answer that objection should be overruled no obia de nchire mu ebeba omu bu atani nyina wieye ajaje for makomako enum say MPP for case nye ai mu nice MPP for case ye no enan na omo say MPP case omo do mu nchire mu bai enum na omo say MPP for case nye yintungu omo so do mu nchire mu bai enti Ghana for nyina hu say Supreme Court ajaje for nkron na omo tena bench no so no satem omo de ba obia wo nadwen eni ntina ajaje bia no obia proceedings in the course now take you note because yes so be anfa na temu omra then ebedu Akufo-Addo penso a anytime bia any case be go Supreme Court to bia no ajaji fodo matemu ba omunyina agina faako obi anfa nkyeremu ma se de ntia mesusi enye ne se ebesi na me no ka sei 2021 eye Supreme Court wa ekoye a omoka so mabonsan nana ebesi omo de ruling aba details of from judgment on the aba famaye but automatic is that decision and Ghana for nyina will say no system no say now what the president and the government has to do and say they should go back because Nkrofo could have face certificate and Nkrofo could hold almost to say a lot of crimes so we need to clear the system we need to sanitize the system we need to overhaul the judiciary said the buyer confidence the beba judiciary no na sanana Kwabena ofa mitaku ni me sempo a men ka say wo me do kokko tren kosi aganti metete wa bo obuoku because sa na koba ana ahinsam mebrebe a obawe ahimfo miewani we no maka ni eku ye ho no because sa cases na court bebre ana Supreme Court justice ni ajudge for no mosro no e fa wo prime areas atonton saase a on the quiet they have lands o manto na mom sabusia ni abusia ohene na ohene ba no mo press as o manso ya obi ka negotiation na akoso ni ama wa judgment no wa fact no akwakoje asase entama hemfo no bebre hu say there's no justice out of court and the benzo obetotuo no the amane mrante no so to the amane mrante edu afasha ni abo hu to ni eku ye ho asase keto obi ni eboto ni eku ye ho ni nyina ka ho bi ni nyina ka ho bi and ama injustices no adoso enti when we sanitize the system na Ghana for hu say afedie ye wo ajage fo a omoti wo se ombebu atentene na mekura me di asam ne ko ne samasam nye da ye bebu mu fa obi anya na se wo de be court na se Ghana for elusu interest said ye elusu interest in the judiciary na a recipe for chaos because one of the key element a bit me adana Ghana butu one of the key element a bit me adani Ghana butu and Kandapa said it or can in the presence of the former CJ my friend say ni yabua or can in the presence or kasinanim say adentina If it's MPP aban ba ye case bi a de beba court bi a efe MPP aban ho bia no na mabu attend dia ma wo mo eye dangerous o kasi nanim amomu se esana mo atwa no atia ne mo makufu ade no no onfo obi a ho se bi onipa kwase wo to na mo a onwi wo kina won de wo ne ya no odwene ho ento kwade odi okọ ne mu aka wo nua no maka enti ye won krofo bebre wo ho. We need to go back. We need to sanitize the system. Even me come kwa President Mahama, the whole Supreme Court bench and go overhaul it. Because na problem wo papa. Share abrantie bi papa bia ye friend Simpson. Papa no ye adwuma bank. Ni wiase nyina we japade ba akopɛ. Otimi tete ho otimi je bank loan koto asase e wo airport residential. Ena papa si ne dan retirement house anokotenem. Ena broni bi be ha ne dan ni bi a wode ho ye no office. Ena broni no na branch no ne ye adwuma. Ena we council of state member friend Atipu. Oti. Na broni no so branch a one ne ye adwuma no. Ena broni no be ha dan no. Eso okọ no kroma ba no ko wuye. Ena wa branch no ye adwuma so obeto aso ye adwuma to be ko so rent. Ena papa so no problem. Uguso rent na so o pese munye joint venture na hon me prime area ntino o pese wusi high rising build apartment ena papa na joint venture so be ya e wo so tia certain amount bi de manipa no mo ye japade no so anipa no some certain amount of percentage wom papa se fabra sika wo so tia wantimi antua rent na wo se wutua so wantimi antua ena papa no se de anya hwe JV no kra me interested wantimi antua rent no kra so a wode ka no me interested too efrima medan mu na fa medan ma me abranti wetimi frustrate papa ne saa ma papa ne de adwendwe wuye papa ne wuye ye no ne ma ne ba beji ajapade no at the same thing na no last year Supreme Court adage for makumaku enum atna asem we so ebuaten say no wo council of state member suba wada na di enye ema court she say ontua rent na odeka over $400,000 in ontua enokura na nchen wantua ema the same court she say omon court an japade ento omon kofa eye ni Rolls Royce ekofa eye ni Jeep Wrangler kesiya pa esa kofa Toyota Highlander omon fa na japade to omade te kan ko mun tinwie oda so deka over 200 and something thousand. And then the same court na sa be ka say oh atemu no de ba ye kra so makonom ko tere japade no mu se mfuso omuntino they should hold on. Can you imagine this? Just case I go through High Court, Court of Appeal to Supreme Court.
But taking away Tokono will not let these kind of issues.
It's not make us say President Mahama on the way. Name still and crop for we need to. We need to. Major Padua behind me dying. I don't see her. Papa make
no, but
me.
There can be errors in judgment.
Nana, you see?
There can be errors.
There's no error, you see? And
no, me see there can be errors in judgment.
True.
Yes.
True. Nana, say
me who documents I can't tell.
Obi de oka no ma o check. Say auditor kana ma na ko check. Oko bank o na catch say check we. Untimi fanyiska. Nana, is it not a criminal offense? If you have a council of state member, wako rent will be property, our denica, kwa court, so metria. Now I come check 1, 2, 3. Nipa nina nipa no kwa no check na bounce. Sa nipa no nya criminal. Sa wako jo obi eja padia rent. Nasa for years udi panika 400,000. Tria usu ntimi tria nipa no so me dia chaw. 2 free meja padiem just because I was airport residential. Na ho na nkrofosi apartment omunya price ntino chinchine twa opeso chinchin papa nensa ne mansa agi ejapade no na de wo dia eyemra case a court through High Court, Court of Appeal to Supreme Court. And now me ka say wono abrante no so de a no ato credo na ode ama aso macho men no mo na kwa lock properties no enya ne dia no no akwa akoloke na ofri se nipa na japade ne dia papa no so ma a mo te ase enso kofa matu men ese mo protect me property nkrofo we ba mo mo a na what do you hear what ya no what so nkrofia tututuo ewo airport residential kunkum nipa because people may not have confidence in the judiciary enti araba to konu dia bye bye omo maka no from the high court all the way to court of appeal. The president and the government need to do a very huge job. We need to screen the system. They need to sanitize the system. They need to clean and cleanse the system. Sadi ebeya obi di nasem kokoto we judge. Now ti hona wudi wasem a we judge ni nkyere say gimrana wudi bu obi atem yentimi fa samra ni mu aten. Professor Mans busa asem say who watches the watchman? Araba tokunu. The same mrano ogina so the convicting crofo. Ebi da fiase ebi ni mo bo ka no saa mra no a edi ni gina mu no obobna araba tokonu so won tiase so no as a suspended chief justice now all appear before the committee na yedi afidie screen why say akodie bi nhye no ho won tiase adentini amma kwan ma anfa ni mobile phone anko wose won tiase alentini amma na busiafo abusian pempem ametena honom ne ama busiafo kakra bi ose won tiase na so atia Supreme Court o Supreme Court o screening wo ye oba so ye bema so ye opemfo so ye Kwabena ne awo 6 pass ye screening but araba tokonu ni say o ye special because o ye chief justice entemra no a ya de bo ne ho ba no pese de samra ne bo obi so ho ban.
All right, so I think somewhere in said 2021 or 2022, and Odikaya Boso Kandapa a conference,
yeah, and
he said something that I think is worth playing it once more so that at least it will give us a fair idea. This is why from okay, so let me leave this one. There are other yes, I'm here.
Absence of an effective justice delivery system or delayed justice or biased justice is certainly a threat to national security. And indeed, when injustice abounds, particularly in situations where the bench, which is considered as the final arbiter of disputes, is deemed to be biased, citizens tend to take the law into their own hands, most times without recourse to the established systems of justice delivery. And similarly, the failure of the criminal justice system to ensure effective and expeditious trial of criminals adversely impact the morale of law enforcement agencies. It also emboldens criminals to perpetrate more crime and breeds lawlessness among the citizenry, developments which threaten the internal security of the state. If we are going to be able to address the security challenges that we have, especially the domestic ones, we need to be able to ensure that there is a judicial system that works. If we do not have a system, a judicial system that works, many people will simply take the laws into their own hands and misbehave and do what they want. Therefore, in trying to manage the security situation, it is important for us that we do get a judicial system that works. And we are all lucky that in the sub-region, we are perceived as a country where the judicial system works and where you could expect justice. If the interpretation of the law is tilted so much in our favor all the time, people will start accusing the judiciary and will not have the confidence of the absence of an effective justice delivery system, or delayed justice, or biased justice is certainly a threat to national security. And indeed, when injustice abounds, particularly in situations where the bench, which is considered as the final arbiter of disputes, is deemed to be biased, citizens tend to take the law into their own hands, most times without recourse to the established systems. And indeed, when...
All right, so that's it. Quick one. My main call line so lawyer Martin Pigbu, a private legal practitioner, and Kodin Komo. Counsel Akwawa.
Yeah.
Kasa Yenache.
Yes. Kasa Ache.
Okay, so
resetting into Obia resetting.
Obia All right, so Counsel, Chief Justice Tokonu, here we are. Yeah, caught ye ba. And I'm penning for the other two. If you say, "Untme sum Ghana" in that capacity again. Baby, I would tell ade we wote en eto say na onim se be bantem sei ana se we di ayekufa hyew ama ododo
say on be yin edini yin de eno de na very clear o hwe mra na omoka se webutu na eno de ya yibetini yin edi nti eno de anya nwanwa ba ne nwanwa kakra ne se aba ntem kakra. And all the Abanchem Catrano. Say, Omo indicates Nina, and your Mudi Bakuya, Omuviano. Now, Omcas, say, Omatre adjournment, say, Yen, but yes, Chief Justice Nankatana Betre adjournment, say, case is now Cano, Omontrin Chenso. Okay, and it's no Muvie Tem Catrano, because me my forecast say, Omwetini in Temani October. Nti ye ti say omo yi omo de ti eba mi say afi ye wure mu no say na ye say petitions mi enu na aka no Chief Justice talk no ebesre adjournment say ye adjourn case no.
But sir ebasa insusan sority to say wa bra ye miensa nti se fa se ba ko pe ena ye wie hu adwuma o man no dia yese ye nti wontimi entoa na adwuma so bio mienu no aka no
okay so baako yi emu aduru ama yetimi de yi Justice Tokonu edi nti mienu no eno no omukomu a eno anse ye beka se okay nsem na ewu mu no so no azimi se ye bua no fo a na no de se ye bua no fo keke but se ye yi ne didie ye yi ne dida nti ntanso ni se anke be say the record more say 3 cases nina ye die no but see a ya twentwen no so no na che ba ku yinku ana akoitia no
yenya clear understanding here. Is it that Mame Tokonu ni removal no and the sanity be ba the judicial system no mu and I say ne say
oh so o share sem na course na eno de etrese e de Susan Papa Bebre etrese part of the resetting see you say krum ha ye fa aja jindi agro omo mo ye pini popa e wo krum ha me wi o man pini ne vice president if you are ne ya on say the speaker or to the next in line here Chief Justice in terms of hierarchy nti say Chief Justice e di boni na yetimi eyi no every ejuma mu a on say it will send the right signal say resetting agenda na possible to be engineer those days now obi betimi aka tell say me ye penyimu oni me ntimi ntweman so o de ko ha obi di for ne yi no na say ɛwɔ sɛ yɛhwɛ yie saa nsɛm na ɔsɛ yɛgyae ka ɛhɛn sɛ mpanyinfo bi wɔ hɔ a ɔmutumi di saa nsɛm nhunam na hwɛ wɔn ne mbɛtumi atwe manso wɔn ne mbɛtumi atwe manso ne yɛ panyin o yɛ obiara ni kurom ha mekasa obiara nkasa bi ɛnna nea ɛkeka ho those type of things na ɔmo de hunam na mmabunu ni yɛ yi
but lawyer, from where you sit, do you think, sir, yes, indeed, with the kind of enema findings, maybe we could have done something about it, maybe some mild punishment be done sacking her?
Well, as for sacking her, the constitution, no, so the constitution, is the actual article 146, say, on grounds of incompetence, okay, misbehavior, so if that misbehavior and misconduct now, constitution, one more different, say, it be a sicano, less than 100,000, oh, suspension, by a 100,000, and a muyi, or my trust, I cannot say, for Nibia, ube provino, it means the unipanity. Say, Nintina. Even whilst an case you walk out, your court why you debate, you say, and Morano and our theatre Marato for to the Bay, tell your own canon, if you are Bonello, a banner say, you can less than 100,000 now, and your association will be something less than certain. If by the Ticana bro 1 million Ghana Tidisa, then the okay, and you be independent. Nti yɛbɛtumi ayɛ mmara foforɔ sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛsua because wohwɛ chief justice ne cases na ɛba sikasɛm no a neɛ ɛyɛ sɛ watɔ ticket ama ne ba aberɛ a ɛni kwan sɛ ɔbɛyɛ saa ɛna ɔne ne kunu atu kwan pɛdeɛ ma yɛde maa ne kunu aberɛ a mmara ma kwan no a wode sɛ sika no nyinaa bom a ɛbɛyɛ sɛ ɛnduru 1 million Ghana nka no ne 10 billion ɛnduru even adult sɛ ɛbɛduru 500,000. But that's the law. Like Chief Justice Nankata can't and time ago. No. The law is the law. But you see, you say, at times, law, no, I'm not me at shit to do. Until the infamous other examples, in fact, all say, it's a you will be both be assuma under the law. No, I took you now, you're the money panel. It's less than say, will be a kukumu. Nti say obi bo bi asu na ye de kokko say assault and the maximum judge na twe aso ne 3 years in jail that asem nye kura no but most of the time the law no kura ma kwan say utimi kopa onu akro na obo na so utimi kopa na cho to ojitu ma no wa cho letter akoma court say o jai case nim and I say mukodru court no nso say ye be bisa wudi for na wudi bem no omutimi hwe opata na yakasa oke na munko ADR munko hun court crack penyu registrar na o ma hwe na o mudi akọ ADR nti ho no ko pacho na utia eka na nipa na abo na ADR ne ntutu ye na o ko hospital nti utia hu nyina aka na ye ya na o mudi aba na o mudi obo ne achew ye twem nti na me pa che lot na e wo ho no obehu se ye free bi mu misdemeanor ebi ye first degree felony wasoro ebi nso yɛ capital punishment nti na capital no na yɛ sɛ ukum obi a yɛ sɛ ebekum ɛno na nankyɛn ɛno koraa no death penalty yɛyie free hɔ for civilians most of the offences gye sɛ ukutu ɔmanpanyin adeɛ so ɛno na nso deɛ yɛbua awofo a that's high treason ɛne yɛbekum ne yɛyi no ɛna sogyafo nso deɛ sogyafo nkɔyɛ mutiny ɛne deɛ still a yɛbekum but apart from that no nso yɛasesa mmara no sɛ sisi obi kum obi a 2 civilians a emiyen kum nipa na onu kum ne yoko no ba ebema ne life imprisonment ne yi so all I'm saying is that generally in law no bone no ahu bone ne bebre no ya classify ene ye hu na honde ana se de esi enye no na ya ye ne say ne enye kura no ene ye kum nipa no be no kura no sisi a ya downgraded to life imprisonment the next one first degree felony and we betimi edwa to fia se copy me say ubewu yenku but o jail sa copy me say ubewu life imprisonment okay transona your second degree felony eno se mrana anchire Mradudu also do jail, and the maximum is 10 years. But Parliament may be called 25 years. There are a lot of offenses maximum year, second 25 years. It says stealing, say maximum year 25 years, extortion, etc. Second degree felony, and so they call 25 years. So just like the way I general laws in Ghana, no, about Chief Justice removal now, and yet Chief Justice and Superior Court judges, no, about winning maybe in the new law, no, different categories. To say where you capital, where you first degree, where you second degree, where you a misdemeanor,
Now, judicial system, no. Would you say you mentioned about resetting? That a resetting agenda and yes will be a deadline no be action who ye. Would you say sad way a see a year sacked CG so and I say you recommend that is something that the president, the executive, through the judicial system, a free Supreme Court down to Circuit Court, High Court, Appeal Court, blah blah blah. Do you recommend that?
Okay, Bobie, me my recommendation in the air. Nina Nidimba Kone say evidence. Inaso. Inti bedia inaso bi abeba no yebenya adanse ana adanse. Inti bibi yawo adanse se obi edibone a ndi e che mra no ye de be fa mra fan so. And there is always been the law. So kai say Kufu Addo bae sa na mo se Charlotte say we bu mra so na mo de ne fa mra so. Inti adene de mra no kire say yenya adanse so bi ebu mra so na e oyina so a and say e de ne fa mra fan so. That's always been the law.
Answer now bekono ye judicial system no what expectations after this anything?
Oh, yeah, Papa, my judge. Yeah, they will continue to do their work well. They will continue to do it. Yes. And then also, it is a signal, say, hey, we are engineer ye. And I know they are saying, I just say, Bobie, me no say. So the BIA, radio, so I can't, analysis of cases. So the BIA, so, me so sorry, because you say, hey, I'm sure you're not what back about here. I'll be when you're man for the So I'm sure the rest of the judges normally say, oh, and I said, Mammy soon saw me home. Oh, dear, under the law, that's how it's supposed to be. Everybody should live within the law. And I make her say, I am thinking for your movement now. Yeah, say, men, me can't, me can't be unkidding. You need to mention Manso, and then I'm a bad rat.
Anyway, so one chapter is closed, and now we open a new chapter in the judicial system. Opening Yadasi Bibri, Sony Akasa. Ora Martin Pebuni attending Kano, so Mekawasi and Haruna Mohammed, Executive Director, Alliance for Equity and Justice. And we are talking about the justice judicial system here. Mekawa for say up to date estate and construction. Almost mean can't say almost yearly anniversary promo no Egmuguso, Ewo Chupuli, and one year no airport view estates. Na Ansah no first no de 30,000 Ghana cedis. Esan omo afibia anniversary promo no omo ate so de about 25,000. Me pa cho ye ne fast Ansah no omo aklosi. Na de wom ni say omo ma installment for 6 months with down payment of 6,000 Ghana cedis. So now the aka no 3,000. No we. And na baby bio Ghana and credit through. Baby, I be far was here. Hey, over 2 and enough idea. A month for bay almost 15-20 years ago. Almost more chado. A young so chado dear. And na Omunya Watra and Yasim Kuma. Intimate found be other locations Shy Hills, Hillview Estates A and B, Mucho Pram near the Wenya. And more as I were well demarcated roads and lights available, not just almost places in one on yes, as I see times was more to quiet to 2 minutes account. Other services are more far barcoded site plan, land surveying, building construction, architectural drawing, land registration. Was some years site visitations, Fridays and Saturdays and upper 7 a.m. Omokani si Lashibi Shalom Sport. One or more office no ewo etwaso mpacho enye sport no etwaso etimisle ho fa grass shobutu ko adopa endi locate omo eben eye Lashibi Shalom Sport bus stop from 0531 228 238 ubetu ya zapo omo 0500 454 982 0500 454 982 GD Enterprise semen kancho say omo eguso omo ye dealers in electronic codes e-codes adwuma mo ye no me ba meka ho asem e dia che Haruna akwaba
yeah.
Okay, so you heard Dr. Martin Pebu, and I think you have heard the news. Yeah. There's no need for me to announce it to you again.
Yeah.
The name from no.
Minya Michel unto Michel for ETF so me show mo. Asamwe by na enya me nwanwa say the committee report no be wi sana yatini na mom de bia ye ka assembly say we a judge na oti obi case so na wo profess solutions wo ma judgment na won kai ho say da se beba na obi da beka wasem obi na obeti bebi a wote no obi na obejagi nia uye ne nyina kwagina nia yanim se ebeba yani ne judgment day na wo judgment day ebe hyase wo ewiase na ekye se eye adia hadwin papa se wakogina adaka mu onyanko nipa ebe judge sana wasitena beti ana bebia ube free honoma bebia ube kwa akoda ni nyina ya ade a eye entufu emaye nyina komanda araba tokono kesi ne meni wonim nia ni wiyi beti sana yanim dada yewura Nana Akufo Addo nyansafo etunofo say your power chow don't politicize every institution of my Ghana. So we are a be hardwin say wuntina ho akopim da nyame beto nsa afrew nti hwe ho yie bebi a wodi o man Ghana eni nam no dachi ebe hadwin eni bi ni na yehye ase ne nsunsoso a ojama yen enua na araba tokono yehye ase efile ye bi mo in the past kiki against demonstrate against sana yedi Charlotte Osei efaso to the extent say petitioner o petition kura no ntiasi ontie wiasi o nyame ho but otimi petition president
that's Charlotte
Osei case no obe petition president abra petitioners no bi mo kura no na signature ndaso but president egie esa akache ni pakron say asumesi mpache wo say we petition no one sign because nobody will tell you say na a politically motivated project. Now projects bi mo wo ho a ne sensanso as a country die very dire to the extent say you the petitioner who petition no kra no so won hwe yi a at the end of the day no ebe ba how ebe hunt you hwe me ba no na metie me nua honto. This is not the first time. Now the article 146 can allow the impeachment of the president, the number one gentleman of the land. How much more the number 4 gentleman of the land? Because we, the Speaker of Parliament, the Chief Justice, number 4. We share the framers of the Constitution. Now, they established one fundamental issue. Edaho say the lay down procedure obi as a public servant. Say utimi carry uhu. Say there's no lay down procedure. Baby uye jumano. The ethics, the morality aspect of it, and then near say they don't want the number one gentleman. For example, Otunensa say, hey, Finance Minister Bremisika say, Ewufi metukwain. Say President, Ebespeniska. There are procedures, even at the presidency, how they can take money and expend it without any, problem whatsoever. Now, Yewra Araba Tukono. I am sure, sir, nobody, as Sanana Opotrino, said nobody knows the law more than her. Because the law is the law.
I think that was where the problem.
You understand? Nobody knows the law more than her. Now, we share the posture and the way and the way bench at the Supreme Court. Ese nyame ankasa na ba agana to judge.
Ugo hunida. I never got the opportunity.
No, me hunu pen. I have had the opportunity to witness her judgment.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, so at least we should sit no. She doesn't see you and I as human beings anymore. She sees us as.
So the issue is with the seat and not her.
I'm saying her posture, her posture. That's not the first time. That's not the missy. So we share some videos in the Chrome. And in the social media, in the sun and the posture, and the posture to say, some catch out, need to say, Commander, when somebody is eyeing you, and that's all be sure to say, when you're say, the facial expression, say, we on bunny pa, we on funny pine. What do I say? So, the point I'm making is, the law is the law. But when you say, at least, comport yourself. Let the law handles the way the law should deal with you. No, sorry, and the MPP nibe dada will say, oh, you bet you court, you bet you ko ECOWAS ko ninginano. Sika say because there to say mini as members of the society, no. She was a goner,
and I wonder
following the process, no, and
I wonder why she was so enthused with the support coming from the MPP.
Oh, but
she was enjoying it so well.
Why are you saying this? We are living in a political realm.
Anyway,
what do you say? Not those days, Charlotte say, Charlotte say, and I won't hear any NPP, any NPP communicator, the good side of Charlotte say. It was only the NDC. And you will find out, say, yes, NDC. Now, MPP crowd says, near Ecosono. Nobody will say, like, you have gone to a point, Obia on yet. What do I say? So, you would at least support how, Nyama Esiko. But at the end of the day, the way Charlotte say carried herself and the way this woman carried herself, you see big difference. Because shall I say, and who say, me di enkura emfa, because at the end of the day, petition na or petition me kura no me hu da o nyame ho me hia no I will never get to meet him again. But at the end of the day, yewura Nana Akufo-Addo ejiatum say the disease has to go back and sign. And I declare say konyane no baby no da no na sign no ho ni nyame. But ni nyina no the law you know executed the project beautifully, and I shall also say Ejai Emma Yewura Jean Mensah. Na yesha see na ye free Jean Yewura Arabatu kono fie no. Na me yenam cantonment. Me nyanti the radar is around cantonment.
Me since Obia sending me James picture no match say the next of kin.
The next of kin. You understand? And this is why the good people of this country are now omutu Nana Akufo-Addo for say jai you are opening a big Pandora box. Na wo bie mo a masa nyina be komo. And this is what is happening. So Araba otukono ye pana chao
tokunu enye otukono.
Okay, Araba tukono. Ni kuno dinu no. Tokono. We die ye manu yako because say ebetu ni kra me wura be ho. Ye manu yako say Nema NDC MPP dini fama eye nana dini fama enye NDC eye mransu na eden edi no odi mranu su sama the committee the report every president and a president by the constitution need to announce to the general public the outcome of the results. Na ninyina no people should get it right. Say the woman was given fair hearing. Listen carefully. This is very key. And in the hearing, no, she admitted ojetum say niami ye no manye ni ye. So sana na uko court na see once we plead guilty, the burden lies on who? The judge. To adjudicate how ube kofie and how ube ko ifiasi. Say you see koda and so on for 3 years. That is your Lord, and that is why we call them my laws. So at the point that her ladyship misconducted herself, nessa time no nyina no na adwene say NPP besa haba. Na end this NPP ba nia oye na obeto aso eye. But at the end of the day, nyamiche dianti at least obia anya ne chefa. Oraba tokono anya ne chefa. Nana Akufo-Addo anya ne chefa. Na sisi ya the resetting agenda is the fact say sana na hundo ekano. Wakai the famous there are several ways of what? Killing a cat. Wakai is famous you know. There are several ways of what? Making sure say the judiciary confidence is brought back in the system. Because at the end of the day, if Minu Eko landed in the hands of the appointees, Nana Akufo-Addo appointees no, and you are NDC, be rest assured say you have no case. Whether it is Finfin and now it is Sisi. Sisi. That is the mind. I'm not saying say that's what they are there doing. But right now as we speak, say you war confidence in the judiciary and His Excellency in the resetting agenda. Say Otiminya Chief Justice, who is father for all, Chief Justice who is a Ghanaian, Chief Justice who would be sworn in with what? To protecting the public purse.
Or a mother for all.
Mother for all. Yes, you can tell. Father for all, mother for all, the same. Whether the constitution is supreme or NDC constitution is supreme or NPP constitution is supreme, we need somebody who would make Ghana constitution supreme, irrespective of where Nadiu Koho. So that is what, as a country, that's what we need. So at the end of the day, we are pleading with the appointing authority. Say we need mother for all. We need father for all. We need a constitution. The constitution also no at the end of the day. Kwabena, menu kohwa. That is what they will open.
Let me open something.
And they will tell you, say, what from Marano, and Marana from. No.
All right, so quick one. Lawyer Kwaku Ansah, former director, Ghana School of Law, a father figure, and maybe I'm a friend of her. Ekwawa.
Commander, Mijusu.
Pacho Boko de.
Boko pa.
Ejebo. Abedru ntama wana anase
Ejabo eja puye da no amanya anye na tu kura.
Me pacho asem we what ye na eto say.
So me ka say surprise me ana me di intro and surprise me.
Why?
And he said, you know, or minum na who Tanyana airco. And the president just set up committee now. Yeah, mammy talk or no reacting and well reacting. Make a such as said, reacting and co ye mano. Got onto the boat now asking justice. No man who no more any review. No more review be not say. Near the corner, or man also be beshe now almost the one or margin number. But after now of a sort of frustrated process, no president and the human rights, they are violating the human rights. They call anything. Now do a maybe na me who say ne babaye din on it. Nya obeke dia mano no e de asi ani na e pasa na wa unsa hye opanyin na nim anu wan sa hye na num wo ye pa obeka o nti na ye ka sen kontu ne bo na committee no en review na CCA no committee no say petitioners 2 and 3 no second and third no omo no any chief justice na e to mute 2 and 3 the woman became on the agent. Now woman concentrated on the can. Now once I need the can uncle Yaman. And she said woman also second it because uncle and she can say mum the baby. Now fair the ake the machi justice not sorry. Yes, now you get the movie. Entrasum nti kwan committee na paso no na president he look at the 146 he serving na I think one recommendation on the my president and at 146 no the president shall act upon the recommendation nia kakra ni say on say article 140 6-7, no, and one recommendation, will be as to whether the suspension should be lifted and now they should be removed. It just ought to be removed. And I said that yes, now yet me man leeway be say be a suspending a report no bad. President no be na where you suspension if you and answer obey na say Kenya constitution ya no there the president has no choice. No way to me I say obey remove no. Me I can I say and buy no. I say on Council of State issue soon and sana all power committee no okay buy and can never say and go back to Council of State na be Makacha report na ba nka kana no pay you na anko ye ndi me pete mini o minor kasa e pound moving with them maka is go ahead na ko na hello Ghanaian na ye nyina ya premium kuma dada o pete yi no dia yi nim se eno na beba but say the president would take the whole nation into confidence
na akata mi sa kan report na me tu na mo in council of state na be on so say obefred judicial council and within 24 hours they nya your man na ama chief justice so shock a obenya da be form katra that one day man say the report no call we the it's a shock to me che akoma o
Mami Musa we so drew baby no be din komo say oh President Mahama set bad precedents. What will be your response?
Bad president in what sense? Constitution na amana juma. The president would rather be creating bad president if he acts contrary to the provisions of the constitution. The clear language of Article 146.6 and it say on a Council of State Betia. Womususuwa nomji say as you say or set up committee or set up committee. Womu now the report no bad. He has to ask. Now okay the language of the consultation. In all these engagement, the president shall act in accordance with the constitution. And he say one acting one and one form. One acting and also a bonus to go. There be for me, in this particular matter, the president has acted with grace.
Wow. Over Saisisubu, the president has acted
with grace. GRACE. He's been very gracious. He's been very legalistic. He has upheld the rule of law as a cornerstone of his administration. It cannot be faulted. Me pobia obey to me catch me say President Mahama we form on me baby kwa President Afum. You see, acting in accordance with the constitution is not the same as trying to be to behave like a gentleman or a lady. The law is the law. We are not dealing with natural law. We are dealing with positive law. The dictates of the constitution must be observed at all times. And if the president, has so far upheld the provisions enshrined in the constitution, he should not be blamed.
So, I have this from Professor Apieje Atua, and I'll say Gertrude Tokonu's removal as CG does not affect her position as a Supreme Court justice. Is that right?
Correct, 100%.
Okay. So she has the right to return.
It deals with the removal of justices of the Superior Court as well as the chairman of the Regional Tribunal. So Article 146 clauses 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 focused on justices of the Superior Court. Then the language changes in Article 146. 6. It says, in the case of the Chief Justice. It does not say, in the case of a justice of the Supreme Court who is also the Chief Justice. The two are not the same. The Bakun is a justice of the Superior Court. And at the other one, in the case of the Chief Justice. In the case of the Chief Justice, I know you're Chief Justice. It is you can't fellow Ghanaians let me address justices of the Superior Court.
Based on the various complaints, ya famua dia bedru baby ayedri. Obi betimi ayisu the same complaints he say sa ensemi abono and ama ye na free was say Chief Justice. Nanso order sukura na mudie say Supreme Court Justice. Enti say sadia yenyina asem kro no aso nyini free was say Supreme Court Justice. Is it possible?
But I said the framers of the constitution, normally Niana Wamoye. Woman say, but to me, the suburbia boa, active justice obey you, but can't opposition as a
Supreme Court justice.
That's why they separated the two.
I see. Mami Musa, sa asem kese wo ye siem se sa abakosem chemu ya Kwame Nkrumah pension ye hu bi akukosa na MC we ne toso emienu na mo de mo na mo nim
oh there be akukosa no Nkrumah san yi sa akode
okay no so CJ
oh you say sa akode na subsidy akukosa
no say yi sa akode
say Niana opese sa akode ye no sa akode say won timi ye
enti efri wono ye nhye da nya bisa bepemene
efri hono there be anytime Akufo-Addo eba after coup no unso no serve ne term no na oye 1969 constitution no so ema on ote constitutional commission proposals no on ote na enweti 1970 69 22nd August a call second republic no unso na yin ceremonial president and the ono intemara na oko contest no bi oni oleru enti no yan cheda enyi no ono anana okoyo ne politics na odisio enti buzia efa banaman na ode banaman ba ante fobia anto ata na a champion betu buzia ante omuyi banaman epi ho ohun na on the crap ba enti no yan history no akoye bisi basa bi
akoye tifanto
president ebeyi na naku aba na no so ko ba say ano from 92 ebepem sabi no ye political parties no na womo trigger removal of the chief justice and the president parties no womo campaign messages no ma womo ye we okayen hu onkayen hu we okayen hu no na ya nhwe yi a that is aye nkenka yi Kwame Nkrumah ne buzia eti wa efi Rollins Abreso ebe nka na nka ye hu to ye nkakra o da di man so fobia to ata 24 September 79 31 December 81 na so that's what I said.
Yeah.
Coming kwa anka yenfa wenye usienhu bi na oman no entumi enkasa entre parties mienu no
lawyer kafrao ehonanka meba busa se ensusuaso be na we benya on the judicial service
Sokonu remover nangata ndie. I don't think that in itself is any big news because right from nomination it was fraught with problems and it could be predicted say I'm sure aban fufuo bi ba na enye na nado MPP aban a ebia na mekonwa no be shake kakra so me I'm not surprised. My surprise will be the person the president is going to nominate. If the president wants a corrective measure there, the president must stick to na
hello. Enya Solomon Usu abekan sa. Solo akwaba.
Yeah, Gronto.
Boko de.
Nyame aye ne de awie.
So I am come na eguso ne ora Ansah Saredi and I am so I'll be so, and the issue is about, I think today then Kebab discussing about Akwatia, and it's so unfortunate though we see a very interesting
man proposes
and God
disposes.
okay, so God, but here we are. Araba Tokonu Isaba. So Yango
over so just 1 minute.
For the debut per 1 minute.
Question Bisan say
Debut per 1 minute.
Obiasibo can say Araba Tokonu can still go back to the Supreme Court. No ko enadwuma say Justice of the Supreme Court despite Yinedi as a Chief Justice no G2 mu no. Or kire say procedure no. Also ni nipa na adwum because the procedure is different. But nana me common sense. When you leg about me common sense from this same constitution, no. It say automatically Araba Tokonu should not be able to go back to the bench, no. Because we read Article 46 and I will say a justice of the Superior Court or a chairman.
Article 46.
Yeah, 46. 146. Or say or say a justice of the Superior Court or a chairman of the regional tribunal shall not be removed from office except for stated misbehavior or incompetence on the grounds of inability to perform the functions of his office arising from the infirmity. Over a year 2 now say a justice of the Superior
Clause
Court.
2.
Yes, clause 2. No. Or say a justice of the Superior Court of Judicature or chairman of the regional tribunal may only be removed in accordance with the procedure specified in this constitution, which is the one incompetence, misconduct, and as any infirmity. In Tuba 2 no say when it comes to the high superior court any regional tribunal now, you can only remove them based on this. And based on the petition of the choir, no, it has been established. Say Araba Tokonu first one misconducting itself. Enti uzi na ka say one misconducting itself. Enti you know as a chief justice name will make my
anyway, you see the constitution.
I disagree.
The constitution comes with legal interpretations which is different from common sense.
But on the face of this one,
anyway,
legal interpretation be a for common sense in your
yes, common law. But it comes with interpretation. So
but the truth of the matter is say ye Paula Foko free so. So issue the same issue they play.
The Hontobos here.
Paul Afoko was the chairman of the MPP. The time I ye Paul Afoko no, the same questions that you probably say. And they say you know as a chairman and as a as a member of the MPP. Because then we in as chairman there, he still becomes a member of the MPP. I bet you are contesting the next
election. So bad.
So the one they said, so long as why Bonia are clear from both chairman and member of the MPP.
That is MPP's leadership legal interpretation.
But I agree with Honto. Say nipa na Bonia. I didn't find this and this misbehavior no. Ya cheno home. Obi a wedi zemunu se na so so be judge ya se gemu afina go bi di zemunu mo Kwabena no kura wom no say a bad counsel efutufon efutubone ene ma tokono abedum bembenso a obeduye na sa dotofi wana e MPP wono de bia me kase odi o manu achi aho Ansah na be hu na e pani toto anase pani hu asem yi ba ya na wafidie so me betena asema me ko negotiate to exit ne jahoko sata no mu fi se jama makwa no ngo fu ready bi jahone ko ko su nim fomu a o so hu de biade e beko ana onya ko Vincent ase fomu aye meeting se ase for ninkan enko test what test no ably supported by Gofredabe and a hwe wi ana mi amenu Kwabena bonfe enso ne ne group bi o census ene ye yomo so ekotra omulak o Supreme Court anko ya na maamena opemu bites ono ato aso Supreme Court
opemu bites ne
opemu na ha no gibites no ono ato aso Supreme Court na ono anafo edene hwe ho yenyanka bi shemu anu odashi ko High Court
High Court Attorney General responding on Oboshi Abuja. Osadi ekodru ECOWAS. Yanka bi ansem saa nyoma we nyina akoso no asanso aye press conference akeka na adwena kire Ghana man nyina. Na yemi de se Kwabena report re bae no. Yese Rabat to konu frɛ nipa maku dumienu 12 witnesses. Ene keka nsem e mare bi expert ongeka nsem ma no. Ana ora Daniel Ofori Kwabena mabafia bekase ya na nkofo ka ora Ofori ho asemo a ase ade bi atete ase obi a wo mo bra bi one na ne ba bi na obako frɛ ne se toko no wo ho for petition bi keke for Christ sake Kwabena ye nyina advert ba ko na ehwe no TV so black and white right watch out for ora Daniel Ofori ni company ni white apple ye nkofo ni no.
Oh, okay.
Oh yes. He is the largest single investor of Ghana Stock Exchange. In fact, Ghana Commercial Bank, he is the third largest investor. Oko Societe Generale, he is the third largest investor. Oko SIC, he is the fourth largest investor. Enterprise Insurance, or the CK won't say tele. I don't know, Obi or yet businessman, no, baby, Odina Grove pay a court. Na wono na ko hu se court wo mo hye ho na mudi nsemu na mbese mo de mutu ba for law na mko sua na mo fa mbo bra bia ba ma trotro rulings nsemu go a na wo ye pani ni watena oman abra started Whitechapel ngete no di 15 years mo nyina ho muta ma mo free mo kola ni lego homba mo na se ya pese na mo nyini ya na mo beto no amo se mo de pani be di nsemu no na wa petition na o man pani e de fa process mu na yes you are who born.
Oh, so the petitioner is not mere
before I no cry me say people must go and read about the profile of Daniel Ofori. As a obia ye kana sama ya mumu wa mu kasa no wanda invest o manim wonu ni ekoba dia na mbasa mu dia no court wo se wo match look dia na go for referee se ku for etiso no professor Kwakwaza one petition and the talk on the decision to remove her no starting and go for start break for the tiso
petition against Tokon, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Kwa hwe for the reason o digina so se on petition so say Kwakwaza or the petition eba no petition ni liki Ansah na wono Akufo do edu no to no kwa de enye nsem na ewom ni hia no o hwehwe mra wakohwehwe Ghana mra ni ma ba bia nkobetu di akɔche professor Kwakwaza ato na to prison o ba bi kura say wono de ade breme Akufo do awa ma na leke semkunu kwa but Kwabena, you know this nipa were disappointed with Tokonukunu.
Why? Why
husband you can't say husband the word English word husband they say who protect it adia ye kenyina what is a sakibem and je Tokonu nkwa na ebo be man tini be harmless ana Tokonu family o akwa bia otibechire ho me feature friend Tokonu opi no mbo ndian oh mona bonnam court no akoka be kame. That man should have seen right in between the lines. Says MP before we are a better watch here. Politics aspect of business in Guano Moyano. Nanka, what catcher of Basso Bay? Equa, menu mirror at Dachi, Yababa Bay, Assam, Yanchi, and go negotiating free mom go baby. Yedum.
But I've heard people talking about these negotiations. What is it?
No, I mean, sometimes Assamba, so a penny. You're on benefit of one more on the frame at the Chief Justice position. You see, a judiciary was some yeaka. And in order not to drag the name of the position into mud, you're careful. No, I resign from position.
And as I know, Nakas will be uncle BBM. I bind as well as BBS. So let's go. I bind on share, say individual and petition. No, bind as well as a process, which is legal.
Say legal, na ye cannot.
It is so be for legal process. Monday or about the legal process. They are negotiating.
So, you need to say, you mammy in fro. That yen in fro, no, some of my raise and you fro and fro. Ye go, master. Bana, what's ye? Will be a petition you fro. Me, I would have found my mesoki, my raise. I did not go him.
You.
And that's a door. Way back me a new crack at you. I'm so na me nyasho say ma me be come back. So I'm second petition no second one. Na wa ga be Kwabena. First you cry do abo for me. Na second mo hwe bu no makwa gi salary a wa gi nyina na de. Enti achemo but me feel say next time you mo manage 2 months 1 month bi yen clear flow yen koyanim. So futu a futu boni a omo de man no. Omo bani o teso de menya hwe so wa boni bia wo constitution na la me twen na there is a time I person who say abani say no sa commonwealth say lawyers as de no any England as a judge ya person musa issues as hunu no bio mo ya ne ti kromo akobo de ngofo ye hu say mo issue statement da that I'm saying you two atia to say mo issue statement da Chief Justice di se munu na se obi de take on na so ma ne fa ne mremu a na ma tro letter tentente ya tsa de ye da so som obi na so obi wa o ene ti Kwabena we de ye ne kwan mo ano na enye sue hunu aba ne se no obi akotra ho a obeye study na wadi no kre 21 cases of misbehavior ene na ora ofori excited and your mama Kwabena what you say as a committee no omo receive 10,000 evidence that has it crossed your mind evidence makumaku got 10,000 on
I don't sure
from both sides that just said nipona o petition no Ansah na wo ko hon na ogina na so enya kwahwe apa evidence say abede dwa say chief justice no kuta 4 lawyers represented
with 12 witnesses.
12 witnesses. And Mr. Foreign so far, beaten by one and lay difference, no? With 13 witnesses. Every free judiciary one gasa judicial service. Oh man, no me aduma. Etimo mi afan be mo politics stand time no say about to us about politics.
We nya amanyosem. This is pure law and the law is the law.
The law is the law.
No.
To Kwabena dia be sie no. Ya hwe say omo ma council wo mu no. Say be o men ntem na obia ebibe frimu se bibe shemu. Ne akwede. All
right, good one, but my bomb of 5 on Akwatia, so I was starting with Akwatia. I've seen videos from the MPP the Obewu if you run to Accra100
o waka bibisa
yes you must say yen nyina be she Pietro baako
omo gasa
enne se ne malama nkwa ene sofo beko almost baako so almost baako di sia ibetwa chese nsem ne de edoso omo so mabo omo ho
why when so mabo omo
MPP sha Akwatia wura mu wona di
o na sa na gi na beto won se be kwa anaju
anagi
se be kwa na
yeah beko enti but Akwatia so far
isi wo mo ya na ko yesa nyu mo ya na minu anu mo ngu Akwatia mo ne na o omo mbe yesa nyu mo nti kro no mo awan election na patutu no baba be fa police stations no mo hu omo free wa na ma dunu fo no makoda omo jamo ti e bromoa na adwena ya bobo abana wi no na omo se da so na network na nya duba eke wo ha kan betomboa omo dwane the crime no say Akwatia no a swing seat. It could be anybody's game, but so far from where I sit no information I'm making free ground, so it looks like the NDC could win the seat with this. Now no na ya ma tension abem me nua be fiko ka asem say Akwatia wan win MPP and win ya or the seat beto no what dey mo he o minim ne zamentuma and then you remember what grant ya that interview or radio church of Bobie is radio e graduate omomo emo o se mo recording to ho to both are no panel o za enya na no ja to so na se me ka say so anya free and fair marriage are not their shame we are not point to this anya free and fair and no be on cast on the come back to so MBB lusu aba na odi o
ono
ah di Kwabena ma ti se na befi da se befi onu ko fo dia or ground this ko fi otete befi
ade
so ko share bottle time na wo free zone so na ya na enema wo no ho the boy si o share mo be eja wo no channel te Sudan ni beto mu ne mo be 1 and 2 ati ko fo dia de ho ani di agro to ko na boys ne dey enye bibi tafre se si ano eja no ni ho tu nu e ko a wote to bi park kwa car no wo kwantifi wa wu ase o dash nkwa na onu ye ene ti mama mfa
so pass no sum no mu
aye wo nya wo yi pass na as a pa la eto no nka hu but message so a obo candidate ne dey ba owu enka bawo
all the video no
ma hwehwe na say that's a politics ya grow
arewo
kwa na ya nya nkwa pen bisini bi ani e be kakra no de mu hu ekromu ananye o
ba bia me free ni ba bia makodi no
da obetia ya isi adwensa kira dey ba o because hwe se ne nyoma ne kopa na ngofo bi so obo kopa metakose mama me no bi enu a na gwabda abi a opposition ayi
Brankran na yanko per city bi
ko pesi tama no ama sama bebo ano
pam no twa no ko ye krum
wa no a akosho
ama sama
ba je ba no bi jira ticket
Mamenka man for say Go TV or say every day is Go Time on Go TV, your family's favorite entertainment partner. Whenever you hear it's Go Time, it means it's time for all the thrilling football actions from across the European leagues. Go Time means amazing blockbuster movies, intriguing series, and reality shows that bring the drama. Go TV. Was it the only one say connecting? Dial *759# to pay your subscription. Now feed ye ma fi honye de ne honye nika with Go TV. Maka GD Enterprise one share. Na dealers in electronic quotes, e-quotes. Mr. Bomodia say obe dial *920*456# *920 *456#. Nefato a year or result checker card. Nkodai ewie school ja nante no na be bredo do obeboka lorfe up and down. Tina wo dem. Enwa na se unsaka eye o checker code no a. Ye no be ma access emotimi ahwehwe eye wase results any school placement Ye no your friend school placement card. And me only *920 *456#. Na odem wona wo krono amanfo emfa wo money chobi Harun t 5 minutes free so akwatia the two candidates any happenings akoso tell
me there etufo na me de be ma electric efutuo me de be ma akwatiefo on say elections are na nia ka na ya development nso ejina sana o MP e wo lobbying skills na say ya fa no say development be ba okrum ana wo constituency na ejina the party in government and then the MP in government, because sika omudima common fund for and MP common fund no enye sika bia ebetimi edi development ema constituency nemum at least etimi boa somehow to assist some constituency say obi ko school obi ewu obi pe moi in the health sector ni ya ekeka hu. So this is the time akotiefo enhwe how a ombeto abano enye sadia development a ebeko honom no ebe ya ade a ebe ha adwen in the first place omuwo issues of road network akotia
almost say sia na ndis for twa kwan
say ade a da hoda ye call talensi na omutwe kwan ye call a by election ayawa so na sa time anaju kura na Lydia ene nam grader so ni nia ekeka no mo tade the constituency ni na anaju kura no mo ye so e ade a omo ye to at least get more votes but ye election no beba so but we need to look at near here as a constituency say a school diner here then of course as a young to abapa because it is something that would enhance development say a yensuo ni problem even though ye to abama NDC and our MPP say the government in power prioritize social amenities eye dia ya ekwatia benya ne chafa but ebegina the MP elect and the MP are electing no enye sadia if the MP is MPP and the party in government NDC ebe hadwin to the extent say the MP lobby skills no ebe ba from oba ho a obetwa montro say oh mo nim say ma banti so ntimi ye na mum obeba ba epem vote no obeka che mo say oh mutuma me I can give you this, I can give you that. But if NDC is in power and NDC candidate a winner, obafie me fearful no. Say ye here say mo my dia e be ha adwin ye psa ko ho a minim ya mebeka. But the NPP candidate wo asemba ko pe a obeka che say tamalfo obeka say me papa me need them. Me papa fie na meti. But me mama ni fie. So that is what Akwatia NPP say ye tuma NPP. That is the only song I will be singing. Say me papa fie, but me mama need them. Nti me ni obi a me be kɔ ne nkyɛn ekɔsra no suo ana ekɔsra no kwan a me de be brɛmo. Nti muntwɛn up till 2028. Say yesa to aba na NDC elusi Ansah na MPP beba. So for how long? So this is something that we should consider. The electorate of Akwatia omo consider we because say enyame say look na NSCOME obi a opposition na o promise mo say mema mo aloro kwan mema mo school dan mema mo nsuo na nyame eto ne nsa frɛ no na esa be by election now. Yes, na NDC aba na kire say the promises na oye no enu na beba so no what they say enye say wa twomontro nyame wa promise ma NDC so it is there say MPP NDC ebe den ebe to so time na o hyembo no na adwene say MPP be san wini
yeah
nti sisi anu wako na nyame echede nti ye be ye by election na mo anto abapa na mutuma NDC MPP dia na ekire say mo hia mo sa mo pe ehia na mutimo no so it is clear say these people would vote wisely if indeed say omo hia aloro kwan omo nia school dan omo hia nso ana any other development then that means NDC is the party they should vote for nemom say you vote ema a lawyer na lawyer no ebe defie ebe catch almost say oh me dey won't say me a first timer. The people should make sure say the lawyer should not get opportunity because the people of this country is well awakened. The electorate see no enye nia obeba be ma omo say giwe 10 Ghana 20 Ghana no na ehia.
They don't need it.
They don't need it. They need development. And that is what it is paramount to every constituency. So see no there the signal send me bra the signal for me na last week ni no na signals no was very clear say the people want development and the development can only be seen if ye to aba ema NDC because omu no omu power na say Kwabena who power and I need it from you. What do? I need to come to you finding ways and means to get it. But say utu abama obi I want to mean enko baby a power war and then the only thing is chop money or ba ku say a year sikura wo hono ma obeka che say menifua what you say who worry obeka che say nyabotre ma emba pa say nsuo ye be lobby na we ba obeka che say common fan buy ni nyina no ya ade a ebe ha akwetia so akwetiefo say mutie ya mumbo mode na to aba pa ebe bremu yi a lot of kwan ebe bremu nsuo ebe bremu yi key development a ehia mo.
All right, thank you. On to our family.
Over Akwetia, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia once again has proven to Ghana for say ninim die wo form ni nyansa e wo form wasa prove to Ghana for say oye samale obekan a Kwabena ne boy na friend say ne boy na wuye no Kwabena bodu wuye no Kwabena bodu ma me beka no radio so national radio so say omode abrante no to mpamu no Bawumia ba ya Bawumia say opese
wasi Bawumia kum ne ba
first wasi Bawumia kum ne ba ba omo sa deda no kra no Bawumia ba ya obepama busuafo ni nyina frifru no ho ano na yire Samira ekohye no mu tu punu loke no for hours na omukoyo omukoweye no ni atrocho Arabic ewo abrante no kokoso ni mu ni atrocho now Bawumia sa confirm say indeed o Samale one first time wa me hu say eneskumi awanya ni baby kono because say ye to aba na ye challenge ni say wamfa kwampa so na we ni ye nti eno we
na da no de wangu no okogina adaka
mo se se kafa mafama fanko a anka abo achechede afa bomofo kan
da bi wo okogina adaka wangu
se ye do bi court
ai and the pressure about all pressure kumnipa
na e pressure kumnipa anka dachi kwesi enka ye de ni finshi ana mienu because dachi kwesi ye de ne court for more than 3 years Yamani tina fie eka chense woni wo kwan so ofra no se mrahye bedwane woni kwan so otu ni nansi parliament yam people ni dim free emrahye bedwanwoma num 1 year Ansah na yekoba election Jachi kwesi yendi na asema ye ni nwie akufo ado gina platform so ka so we jbel ye bed ye didn't call sabom entimo bia ha no sabre no na sa Bawumia kpopo gbirigbiri enam asenof so akwa commission asrutef ama nyakopo so mansuo puno heavy one ama asrutef ni say commission sa flade ye enti MPP they have no shame na MPP and coming to realization say kanenu a na obetimi editro a crime wa bemu na Ghana for the after 1 year now be a referee and the internet doesn't forget mo records no bibia everything is there na abrante no a omo se omo friends suman the son of my friend no a asimedu no crime mobo so be ya mo share campaign as no so pa se wa twe na no akasa ko kawase eneskumi aha no was what had pa or no edomia or the ejane se on the job oh me so video na was it edomia or the ejane se ono na ma show mu ya wa ha ne pa o se na skumia ha no we to a catch Akwetia for say aduma no ntumi nye eso sen no enti na say diketi aka say aduma na so sen no
kubi we ya ha me
was it ti aha ti we wa hano wa papa oje edom a omugina o munya se edom bebebe obi o majami wa hame ti edie na kire se obi a ne ti esi ne konso se nipa also okoto abama sa akoi wa give you up
he's giving up
ejuma no tumi nye woni mu wunim die bia aba onya lucis wa fon wanu no ho say o man ho kwa man people before ye no yodum de no koye na me kwoti a na bi say security ni bi anaso obi obehu no wo akwatia wo se wo hye mask bia no omo MPP for de omo be consider so a criminal, so they will treat him as such. Just few months ago na MPP wo na bi o kwa campaign na o share military regalia akode ene hye bulletproof nyina na hye
there be o enye ho na bi ekoso ho ya yebo live band na o hye camo military camo na soja for di na chi so
aya waso wasogo enkrofo mu kodi enyamansem na omo hye mass under MPP 8 years police dampari police omu cooperation a asumade wa bona suma asumade shem tintin se boga kupali
wa hu omo bo omo hwinim
asumade shem kawa shem enya asumade po kawa
omo bo omo hwinim ebo omo asume bo omo bo omo ni achi
yes
no we are Negroes
less than a year ago
yes
and I will because who so be massa or a criminal you think that's the solo car no na na bi bedu se ba hwani ehunu
obedu na da
general secretary ba hwani ehunu sa papa ya also won wodi ni be betwe that guy has never been serious on kanya sasem da no kanya sasem so dan wawu
abu
na election de MPP lose in advance na NDC for so musua de yese ensuo beto kwasi ada be da sha se fi mi nda nwumre ensuo so beto aya na mframa dikan eti transem na MPP for plan way back 1 month ago MPP for ka se omo the tax be ko ho ento mo reactivate omo vigilantes ni nyina NS kumi 1 week ase subaya MPP for da na di ebra se di nketia national chairman any MPP for ko yi ase no e kire se MPP for aye ready so be kosi mayhem e wo china ba election no na bi nka se mi nto se ya se di nketia na ndisi for dress no mo de ba no na enye appropriate se omo dressing na enye
improper dressing
enye improper dressing ti e no mo prevent na wo na bi wa dress papada wo dress papada enti NDC for mo so MP for to mebo ammo am ho aposi for do mo yo madwuma abane ekwa akoto mo nto na sundwie mu nemu mo bi obesi asundwie ho kwan bia no ye make sure say ye manipa no enye obstacle to a peace and free fair elections.
Thank you. Live on Accra100.5 Citizen Show. Mansowa Herbal Clinic. Mansowa Herbal Clinic. Ewo Fadama Bombay Washington Bay no. From 0244 62 65 90. The woman say obi bie ni wa Ghana hase no. Sebe owo ayaresa etumi echen Mansowa Herbal Clinic. Eni gise ba Fadama ne importembo. Ohwe dom a etwi kɔ hɔ no kɔgye ayaresa. Yare awodo obi abi. Mansowa Herbal Clinic. Yemfi ani nkyerɛ. Me pa cho eya busu immune system no. Ni nyina ne sɛ unya police ne aduro. You know ene number 1 immune booster. Boost Herbal Mixture numbi. Omemu pharmaceutical shops nyina herbal shops abuso from 0246 208 496. MTN simen kanche o say MK by Medipharma and omode ebre wo opache wo omo silver and gold packages from 10 Ghana copying 161 Ghana per month bosumi bia ubenya access to a doctor anytime anywhere and in efficient e-pharmacy with medication delivered to your doorstep. Edu MK by Medipharma. Bills microcredit simen cancer Ghana for nyina say. Womo edi asemde na abrewo. Asemda omo di abrewo ne say unhia bibi apart from Ghana card. Omo skaka kra na di atoa wadwuma so. Na di ahye wadwuma mkena. and one is a Bills Microcredit. One done number 1. From our 059692083 on Sabbath me come live on Accra100.5. We are so grateful to our production crew. Very grateful to lawyer Ansah, lawyer Martin Pebu, and your resource personnel, your listeners, your testers on Facebook page. We are grateful. More share you through Facebook and other channels. We thank you so much. Semunya bre ejia daje namode ehweye. Idiana nana Kwabena Bobie Ansah. Enjoy your evening. Keep safe.
Giving God the glory.